The following is a presentation of the Waynesburg University Sports Network.
Elton John said it best that Saturday night's all right for fighting, and that is what the Waynesburg University Yellow Jackets are going to have to do if they want to beat the Westminster Titans tonight. Waynesburg heads into the matchup with a 4-16 overall record, 4-10 in the President's Athletic Conference. Meanwhile, the Titans stroll into the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse with a 14-7 overall record and 11-4 in conference play. Riley Holsinger joined alongside by Tanner Saprosky for the coverage of the game right here on the Waynesburg University Sports Network. And Tanner, these Yellow Jackets are going to have to put up a big fight tonight if they want to beat the Titans.
Yeah, last time out for this Lady Jays team just got dominated from start to finish by the Washington and Jefferson Presidents back on Wednesday, losing that one 75-49, and tonight's not in any way, shape, or form an easier matchup. Westminster 14-7 overall, 11-4 in the conference. Currently tied for second with Grove City. Waynesburg all the way down at 8th with a 4-10 record, but this Westminster team, they get it done both offensively and defensively. A very efficient team, a .9 assist-to-turnover ratio. That's the second best in the conference. They lead the conference in free throw percentages and top 5 in pretty much every other offensive scoring category. Only give up 56 points per game on the defensive side. That's 4th best in the conference. They're the best three-point percentage defense, second best three-point shooting defense, and the best field goal percentage defense. So this Waynesburg team's going to have to get stops on defense and get 3 or 4 different scores to play efficiently in this one. They have to have more than Brooke Fuller doing all the work down low. They have to make outside shots if Waynesburg wants to keep up with this Westminster Titans team.
And you mentioned offensive firepower, and this game is nothing short than having a lot of it. There are 4 players in this game that are top 10 scorers in the President's Athletic Conference, and we are getting ready to send it to the national anthem right here at the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse before this matchup between the Westminster Titans and the Waynesburg University Yellow Jackets.
This time, please rise and move your hats to the playing of our national anthem.
Nolan Porterfield, the PA announcer for tonight, about to announce the starting lineups for both of these teams. Westminster first, and then followed by the Yellow Jackets. Leading off for the Titans, senior from Norwin, Megan Polchinski. Just a very solid player for the Titans over the past few years. And then also have to talk about Camden Hergenrother, just another very solid player too, 6th in the PAC in scoring this season. Mackenzie Powell, the freshman from Penn Trafford, will join her, along with the second leading scorer in the President's Athletic Conference, and Natalie Murillo, who has had a very stellar season, right around 18 points per game this season. And the lineup for the Titans will be rounded off by Lindsay Bell. Now it's time to introduce you to Waynesburg's starting lineup for tonight. And of course, the staple in the lineup, Brooke Fuller, has been solid here all 4 years that she's played basketball for the Lady Jackets. She'll be joined alongside by her friend Casey Castrol, Avery Robinson, the third member to be announced in the lineup, followed by her sophomore Marley Wolf, and then Anika Dansby will round off the lineup tonight for the Lady Jackets. Your official for tonight's contest will be Mark Akers, the referee, joined by Josh Tharp and Jonathan Dana. So Tanner, the first time these two teams matched up, Westminster ended up getting the best of the Yellow Jackets here, a 15-point victory, but it was very close in the start of the game. Just the Yellow Jackets only got outscored by 2 points. Starting off fast is going to have to be a key tonight for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, I feel like it's the same message every game whenever this team steps on the floor. Either they start off really hot and cool down, or they start cold and progressively get hotter throughout the game. And really it comes down to just being able to put 4 complete quarters of basketball together. And that man right there, Sam Jones, program's winningest coach in the history of this school in his 14th season with 171 wins. So he knows how to coach. He's done a good job this year despite the 4-16 overall record, but it's because of all these close games that this team has been put through so far this season. It's a team with a lot of heart. They play with a lot of energy and motivation every game. It's just a matter, again, of being able to play 4 complete quarters. So we'll see how this one shapes up tonight.
Bell was able to win the tip-off, but Avery Robinson able to regain possession for the Yellow Jackets, and we're all revved up and ready to go from the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse and the matchup between the Titans and the Yellow Jackets. Fuller's shot, no good. Bell able to grab the rebound here for the Titans. So the Yellow Jackets not able to capitalize on the first possession of the game. Mario driving in, the kick out to Hergenrother. Hergenrother, shot good.
Good looking shot there from the junior Camden Hergenrother. Just pull up from mid-range, you have space. Might as well take it. She averages almost 13 points per game. Definitely has the ability to score, and it's a great first possession from Westminster.
And Marley Wolf just swatted down low by Lindsay Bell. Waynesburg able to keep possession though. Castrol outside. Give over to Avery Robinson. Marley Wolf, deep three-pointer off the front iron. Anika Dansby does what she does best in grabbing offensive rebounds, but Brooke Fuller not able to hold on to that one. Casey Castro able to strip it away from Mackenzie Powell. Robinson, three-pointer, no good. Rebound by Bell once again. Bell's been able to clean the glass so far early in this game.
I think that's going to be a big matchup tonight. Lindsay Bell, the 6-foot junior, versus Brooke Fuller, the 6-foot senior. Bell, third in the conference in rebounds per game. Fuller's second. Bell, third in field goal percentage. Fuller is first, so I think it's going to be a key matchup to look forward here as Fuller continues to post her up early in this first quarter.
Castro on the wing. Gets a screen here from Avery Robinson. Nika Dansby driving in here. Almost lost control of that one, and Castro three-pointer no good. Rebound here by Polchinski. And the Titans moving quick on offense here. Polchinski three-pointer, no.
Since that first possession, Westminster really hasn't had a solid offensive possession yet. Credit to Waynesburg's defense. That was an early shot there, maybe rushed a little bit from Westminster, but still a 2-0 game.
Three-pointer from Marley Wolf off the grid. Waynesburg still looking for its first points of the game here. Just a 2-0 score early on. Polchinski thought about the three, drives in. Here's the little kick out to Murio, and Murio gets it to go.
That was great defense by Casey Castro down low in the paint. Kept her hands up, didn't commit the foul. Just a tough shot there by Murio, one of the better players in the President's Athletic Conference.
The two top scorers for the Titans already on the scoreboard here early on in this one. It's right around 3 minutes into this one. Casey Castro able to cut in and get a bucket to fall for her.
Great pass there by Brooke Fuller, not known so much as a passer, but if she can make those kind of plays with her teammates cutting through, this makes that Waynesburg offense that much better.
The drive in here, Hergenrother gets her second bucket. She has 4 points in this one. Still very early here in the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse, just 3.5 minutes through. Titans hold a 4-point lead over the Yellow Jackets.
Waynesburg's going to be able to make those wide open shots that Casey Castro just missed right there if they want to make this game competitive against Westminster. Waynesburg, the 4th best three-point shooting team in the conference, and they're going to need all that they can get in this one tonight. Still only down 4, keeping it close for now.
See Matt Popek on your screen right there. The men's game will happen after this game on the Waynesburg University Sports Network. Hergenrother fakes once again, pulls up from mid-range, no good. And we're going to have a whistle and a foul on the court here. The foul should go on Lindsay Bell, her first and the team first of the game.
Good box out there by Fuller, going for that rebound, forcing Lindsay Bell to go over top and committing the first foul of the game.
And Mariah Vincent has checked into the game for Megan Polchinski already. Wolf finds Fuller down low, and Fuller gets it to go. Brooke Fuller now has her first points in this game. Waynesburg trails by 2 now.
It was a good set there by Waynesburg. Fuller had great positioning down low. She was already underneath of the rim, and Marley Wolf knew exactly what to do with that pass, and ended up being an easy bucket for Fuller.
And Wolf able to steal this one away and driving into the paint. Brooke Fuller's rebound attempt, not good for her. And Avery Robinson with a steal. Mid-range jumper for Robinson, no good. Able to grab her own rebound, though. Dansby three-pointer off the grid. Ball roll out of bounds, and they're going to say that Casey Castro touched that one last, so Westminster able to take back over on offense here with 5:02 left to go in the first quarter.
Thought Avery Robinson was going to pull a Steph Curry there and pull up from 3 on that fast break. A little hesitation move, then pulled up from the foul line, ended up missing it. But a tough break there for Waynesburg.
Murillo with her three-point attempt, not good. And Avery Robinson, one of the better three-point shooters, not only on this Waynesburg team, but also in the PAC, second in shooting the 3-ball. So a little surprising that she didn't pull up. But Marley Wolf will pull up and not get that shot to go in for her. So a lot of misses early on for the Yellow Jackets team. Madison Dayton waits at the scorer's table, getting ready to check in. And a whistle on the court. Waynesburg takes over on possession with 4:20 left to go here in the first quarter.
They got the first foul on Natalie Murillo, trying to drive baseline against Castro, just extending her forearm out and right in front of the referee, and that one's going to get called every time.
This is why I appreciate your expertise when it comes to basketball, Tanner. During the wrestling tournament earlier, I could have been the expert for you.
Yeah. Wrestling's not me, more up to speed with basketball.
Castro driving in, and a whistle and a foul on the court. Looks like that one should go on Mariah Vincent, and it will. That'll send Casey Castro to the line off the shooting foul from Vincent.
Waynesburg's doing a great job through these first 6 minutes of this first quarter of going backdoor and dishing off good passes that either lead to a foul or layup. We've seen it a couple times now tonight, and Casey Castro, one of the best free throw shooters in the conference, as I say it, misses her first one.
Yeah, Castro heading into this game 90% from the charity stripe. Second attempt not able to go for her either. Not too often that you see Castro miss 2 at the line.
Yeah, comes in shooting 90%, leading the team. I don't think she's ever missed both free throws in a game so far this season.
Polchinski not getting anything to go offensively for her. Misses that one. Wolf will lead the offense.
And all these Westminster misses are really opening up opportunities for Waynesburg. The score only have 4 points, but only trailing by 2.
Waynesburg doing a great job defensively in this one, but needs to get some points on the scoreboard here. Just only 4 so far early on in this game. And Waynesburg, another issue that's been happening for the Yellow Jackets in this game is that they're not able to shoot the 3-ball effectively, and that's been something that has happened over the course of the season. In this game right now, Waynesburg's 0 for 6 from 3, and last game against W&J, it wasn't really too much better, just 23% from 3. Fuller now has 4 points in that game after that layup right there.
When you're having a tough time shooting from outside, get it down low to your best players. It's exactly what they did right there. Good bucket by Fuller and strong rebound on the other end.
And Avery Robinson now taking it up the court for the Jackets. Castrol 3-pointer, no good. Waynesburg now 0 for 7 from 3. All knotted up here though with 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Hergenrother driving into the paint. Marley Wolf will foul her though, and that'll send Hergenrother to the free throw line for a chance at 2.
Hergenrother got to that left elbow and kind of hesitated for a second. Thought she had a wide open layup, but the hesitation causes her to draw that foul and have a chance to put 2 points up on the board here with her first free throw attempts of the game.
Hergenrother shooting 87% from the free throw line this season, has only missed 6 this entire season, and gets her first one to go in this game. Hergenrother, the leading scorer now with 5 points.
St. Vincent, the best free throw shooting team in the pack, 74% as a team from the charity stripe, and those free throws are going to be crucial if the game continues to stay close like it is right now.
Hergenrother gets the 3-pointer to go. 8 points, so she missed the second free throw, but ultimately capitalized with that big 3-pointer that she just hit.
It ended up being a 4-point play. Usually don't like to miss your free throws, but if you can't rebound on the defensive side, you give good opportunities to the offense, and Hergenrother took advantage of that there.
And Waynesburg was just tied up with the Titans a couple minutes ago, but now Westminster has a 4-point lead. Dayton driving into the paint. Madison Dayton has been very impressive for this Yellow Jackets team as a freshman.
And won the PAC Freshman of the Week last week and Waynesburg Athlete of the Week. And just another breakdown there on defense.
Yeah, Hergenrother now with 10 points, more than Waynesburg has in this entire game. Still early on though. Leighton Croft into the ball game for the Yellow Jackets. Dansby 3-pointer off the back iron here. Croft driving into the paint, guarded by Bell, and Croft gets her shot to go. Leighton Croft bringing some energy to the Yellow Jackets on the court right now. Hergenrother mid-range, it falls for her. Hergenrother is on fire right now with 12 points.
Only averages 12.9 coming into tonight, already with 12 here in the first quarter. Waynesburg needs to come up with a way to stop her, or it could get ugly.
Yeah, Hergenrother, 6th in the President's Athletic Conference in scoring. It's been very impressive so far this season, as we just saw Emily Hess miss a shot. Dayton working down low. Croft mid-range. Bell with the rebound. Great job by Madison Dayton, able to poke that one away. And Marley Wolf just blocked.
Surprised there wasn't a foul. There was a lot of contact. Wolf went down into the paint.
Titans able to capitalize with rebounding with Brooke Fuller currently off the court. And Waynesburg will take over as Megan Polchinski not able to handle that one. So the Titans making a substitution here. Lindsay Bell will come out of the game currently. Give her a little bit of a break with Brooke Fuller off the court as well, because that's a tough task for any center here in the President's Athletic Conference. Saw Ella Marconi of St. Vincent really have a tough time against Brooke Fuller. Nika Dansby leading the offense, taking her time here as the shot clock is turned off under 10. Castrol takes the last shot and off the front iron here, and Waynesburg not able to get anything going from three-point land here in the first quarter. And when we come back, Tanner Saprosky will have the coverage of the action here in the second quarter from the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse. Waynesburg currently trails by 4. You're watching the Waynesburg University Sports Network.
To 10, start of the second quarter here at the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse, part of a packed day of Waynesburg sports here. Finished up the PAC Championship tournament earlier today. Waynesburg in this one 0 for 11 from beyond the arc. Marley Wolf 0 for 6. She had 9 points last game, 3 for 11 from the field, but it's been a shutout from beyond the arc so far for the Westminster defense. The Titans only have 1 3 for themselves as well from Camden Hergenrother, and she has 12 out of the 14 points so far for Westminster, outscoring the entire Waynesburg team in that first quarter. But Waynesburg playing pretty solid on defense, only down 4 despite that 0 for 11 mark from beyond the arc. Hergenrother backdoor to Murio. Leighton Croft got her hand in there, knocked it out of bounds. Westminster will inbound underneath Waynesburg's basket, 17 left on the shot clock. First possession of the second quarter.
Waynesburg's had a lot of inconsistency this year when it's come to shooting the 3 ball. They've had games where they've been able to shoot it well, and then games like this where they haven't been able to shoot it well, just being 0 for 11 so far in this game.
Here's Mariah Vincent from downtown, knocks in her first shot of the game. Second three-pointer for the Westminster Titans, leads up to 17 to 10. 35 seconds into the second quarter. First possession on offense here for Waynesburg. Jackets go with Fuller, Robinson, Dansby, Croft, and Dayton. Dansby with 10 to shoot on the right wing. Guarded by Hergenrother, has to kick it out to Avery Robinson. 3 on the shot clock for Robinson, drives to her left. Back of the rim, Fuller, wide open rebound and a wide open second chance there. Her third field goal of the game. She's up to 6 points, lead back down to 5.
Yeah, it's a great job by Fuller, working hard down low, able to grab that rebound because she's in a battle right now with Lindsey Bell.
Good defense there by Dayton, forced Murio to pass the ball away. Missed 3 there from Lindsey Bell, rebounded by the Jackets.
Not too often you see a center in the President's Athletic Conference take a 3.
Fuller tried the shot from the right block. It missed and was rebounded by Murio.
And the thing about Bell, too, is she's pretty good from at least just shooting in general. Just third in the PAC with field goal percentage.
Westminster, 10 on the shot clock. Here's Murio, guarded by Madison Dayton. Again, forcing the ball out of Murio's hands. Faked the 3, tried the drive. Madison Dayton just couldn't move her feet quick enough, gets called for her first foul.
And it's no secret that Natalie Murio is the best player on this Westminster Titans team, and head coach Sam Jones is being really smart on how he's playing her defensively right now by throwing Madison Dayton out on her because he knows Dayton will give it her haul and playing hard defense on her.
Natalie Murio, the second leading scorer in the conference, held to 2 points in that first quarter. Ball out of bounds on the near sideline in the corner. Last touch by Waynesburg. Westminster will inbound it with 12 to shoot. 7:53 left in the second quarter. Titans leading 17-12. Hergenrother, 5 to shoot, guarded by Dansby. Right wing, Mackenzie Powell fakes the three, drives into the paint, gets it off in time, and banks it in with her left hand as the shot clock expires. First points of the game for freshman Mackenzie Powell. Marley Wolf back in the game for the Yellow Jackets as well. 0 for 6 from beyond the arc in the first quarter. Fuller double team, dishes it off to Dayton, and she banks it in for her second shot of the game. 19-14, 7 minutes to go before halftime.
Madison Dayton's been continually getting better throughout the season. With every game that she plays, you can definitely tell that she's getting a little bit better each game.
Powell, baseline, out to Hergenrother. Threes off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Wolf, goes to the ground with it. Ball tipped around. Dayton hits the deck. Westminster picks up the loose ball. Powell stops. Kick out to Murillo. Dished it back down low. Whistle called before the shot, and a foul goes against Madison Dayton. That's her second, team second. 6:51 to go, second quarter. 19-14, the visiting Westminster Titans leading the Waynesburg University Yellow Jackets. And that's Brianda Davis into the game for the first time for Westminster. Powell into the paint, stripped away by Dansby. Dansby, beautiful pass up court. Castro layup, good. Waynesburg turning defense into offense there, cuts the lead down to 3, 6.5 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, that's a pass that Anika Dansby's really used to, just that little lead pass. She throws it all the time to Brooke Fuller, and this time had an opportunity to throw it to Casey Castro.
Polchinski stops, pops, hits the back of the rim, right to Mackenzie Powell. Faked a shot at the elbow, drives into the paint. No good. Dansby, another rebound. Anika Dansby standing at 5'4", and she averages 6.9 rebounds per game. That's second on this team. Fuller, an up fake, can't get it to fall. Last touch by Polchinski, goes out of bounds. Waynesburg keeps possession.
And the thing about Dansby and rebounds, a lot of those rebounds that she gets end up being offensive rebounds because she's just always in the right place and the right time when it comes to collecting boards.
Robinson inbound, gets it to Dansby. Out on the left wing, underneath the Fuller, a great pass. Fuller up with the left hand, off the glass and in. 8 points for the 6-foot senior Brooke Fuller.
And Anika Dansby's playmaking skills have been on display in this game. Just 2 straight passes that she's had that have been very impressive. The one to Castro and the one to Fuller.
Powell pivots with the left foot, shot missed. Rebounded by Waynesburg and a foul. And it goes against Lindsey Bell. That's her second of the game.
Yeah, if you're Westminster, you definitely don't want to get Lindsey Bell into foul trouble here because she's going to be your best defender against Brooke Fuller down low.
Bell standing at 6 feet tall. Junior out of Youngstown, Ohio. In high school, she broke the single-game rebounding record twice. She had 20 rebounds in one game. A couple games later, put up 22 rebounds. And right now, she's third in the conference with 9.3 rebounds per game. Definitely a big matchup with Brooke Fuller down low, but now on the bench with 2 fouls. Polchinski to the rim. Up off the window with the right hand. It drops for her first points of the game. 21-18, Westminster leading, 4:52 to go, second quarter. Avery Robinson with it now for the Jackets. Hands it off to Marley Wolf. Hasn't attempted a shot since going 0 for 6. Here's another one, but it's off the front of the rim into the hands of Natalie Murillo. Polchinski trying to drive on Wolf, forced to kick it outside. That's a lane up Moore and gets rejected by Brooke Fuller. And here come the Jackets out and running now. Dansby forward to Robinson, stops, fires for 3 off the front of the rim. Dansby, another offensive rebound. Castro fakes the 3, pulls up from 15 feet in the mid-range. Rebounded again by Murillo.
And we talked about how Marley Wolf is struggling in this game, but also Casey Castrol's been struggling shooting mid-range shots and from the three-point line as well.
Still 21-18, just inside 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Murillo down low, blocked by Robinson. Dansby over the timeline for the Jackets. Robinson, left wing, three, yes! Avery Robinson swishes home her first shot of the game, ties it up at 21, 3:39 to go second quarter. Timeout taken by Westminster and head coach Roseanne Scott, and we're all tied up, 3:39 left before halftime. Big shot from sophomore Avery Robinson.
Definitely a big shot from Robinson there. The first made three-pointer for the Yellow Jackets in this game, and that's exactly what they needed at this time right now. Waynesburg's been struggling shooting from mid-range and from beyond the three-point line so far in this game, but they've been playing pretty well defensively. They've been pests on defense here, getting key steals and key blocks at the right time.
Yeah, Waynesburg really turning defense into offense. We've seen multiple fast break buckets. Shot there from Robinson. Dansby just a little underhand pass to her, but Robinson, such a lethal shooter. 34% from beyond the arc, second best in the conference. She didn't even have a lot of space on that one, but just a good stroke from that left wing, able to tie it up at 21. Defense, the storyline so far for Waynesburg through this first half. Camden Hergenrother for Westminster also being held scoreless this quarter. Had 12 in that first quarter. Little double team now from Dansby and Robinson. Fuller guarding Moore outside the three-point line. Now Hergenrother back with it, goes down low. Murillo drives on Castro, left hand, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Fuller, and another good defensive possession from the Yellow Jackets. Dansby, Castro. Robinson finds Fuller down low, turns to the right hand, blocked by Elena Moore. The 6'1" freshman. They take out Bell, and they gain an inch with Moore off the bench. Davis down low, missed a shot but whistled for a travel beforehand, turns it back over to Waynesburg. 2:47 left, second quarter, knotted up at 21.
Yeah, head coach Sam Jones can't be happier with how this first half has went so far. I mean, I'm sure he would like the team to have a lead right now, and a pretty big lead, but I'm pretty sure he's satisfied with this.
Waynesburg playing great on defense, struggling shooting the ball on offense. Here's a turnover from Fuller. Lead pass to Hergenrother. Great pass. Hergenrother to the rim and foul. First bucket of the second half, and she has a chance to complete the three-point play. 2:26 left, second quarter.
Yeah, Hergenrother just having a stellar performance so far in this game.
Couldn't tell if that was Murillo or Elena Moore with that pass, but that was a beautiful lead pass there in transition for Hergenrother. Able to keep her body under control, makes the bucket, gets to the line, and makes the foul shot. 15 points for Camden Hergenrother from Salem, Ohio. Cardinal Mooney High School, just a junior, and having a fantastic game so far tonight for the Titans. Fuller, double team. Shakes to her right, throws a shot up, missed it. Murillo with the rebound for Westminster. And you'd like to see Fuller pass out of those double teams. The last couple weeks, every team has been trying out that double team on Fuller. She's able to find the open player on the floor. Waynesburg might be able to get more shots up, put more points up on the board. Dansby quickly down the floor to Robinson. Little slip screen there by Dansby, gets it into the corner for Castro. Guarded tightly there by Camden Hergenrother. Here's Dansby one-on-one with Davis. Had some separation. Beautiful backdoor cut. Reverse layup from Casey Castro. Give Castro 6. Great pass from Fuller there. Wasn't double team, but took advantage of that beautiful backdoor cut from Casey Castro. 24-23, Westminster leads. 70 seconds left before halftime. Shot missed. Brianda Davis stepping through the two defenders. Banks in her first bucket of the night. Extends the lead to 3 for Westminster. 58 seconds to go, second quarter. Castro Right block for Fuller. Double team comes. Try to get away the pass. It was deflected and stolen. Westminster. Murillo forward to Hergenrother. Dribbles out of the paint. Brianda Davis. The fake. Steal by Dansby. It's a 1-on-3. Dansby all the way to the rim. Fouled and blocked. Dansby's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Took on 3 Westminster defenders there. Gets to the rim. Fouled by Mackenzie Powell, and Dansby will go to the line to shoot 2.
And that was all pretty much all set up by Marley Wolf being able to get back on defense to stop the fast break from Hergenrother, because if Marley Wolf wasn't there, Hergenrother was going to get another easy layup off the fast break, whereas Hergenrother had to regroup and everything and reset up the offense, and it led to Anika Dansby just being able to fly around and pick up that key steal for the Yellow Jackets.
Not a terrible foul there from Westminster. It was only Powell's first, and Anika Dansby, not the best free throw shooter, came into tonight making 63% of her shots, and she missed both. Waynesburg's 0 for 4 from the foul line tonight, trailing by 3 now. 5-second difference, game clock, shot clock. 25 left in the first half. Murillo, the footwork, got to the left hand and then fouled on the way up by Casey Castro. She's not happy with that call, but Murillo's going to go to the line to shoot 2 for Westminster.
Yeah, and that's dangerous too, because Murillo so far tonight hasn't been able to have too much success on offense, but getting to the free throw line is a great way to get your offensive game going.
Makes 78.9% of her free throws so far this year. Averages 17.8 points per game, second best in the President's Athletic Conference. Has 3 tonight, make it 4. She has a perfect 2 for 2 trip from the foul line as Castro exits the game. 21.9 seconds left, second quarter. Waynesburg at home trailing 28-23. Shot clock is off. Dansby brings it down the floor for the Waynesburg Yellow Jackets. Double screen here. Marley Wolf takes the pass, drives all the way to the right block, and just too much mustard there on the layup attempt off the window. Hergenrother has to throw it up at the buzzer off the side of the backboard. Contested shot there by Murillo's. The first 20 minutes in the books here at the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse. 28-23, Westminster leading Waynesburg. Westminster comes in tonight tied for second, so Waynesburg playing the Titans pretty close through that first half. We finished up the PAC Wrestling Championships earlier this morning. Teal coming in first place there, followed by W&J, and then Waynesburg. And stick around for the halftime show, as Riley Holsinger had a chance to sit down earlier this week with head wrestling coach Headley at halftime here on the Waynesburg University Sports Network. Stay tuned for second half action.
Welcome back. I'm Riley Holsinger, joined alongside by Waynesburg head wrestling coach Ron Headley. Coach, thank you so much for joining me here.
Always a pleasure, Riley. I enjoy talking with you, and anything we can do for Waynesburg University, comm department, you guys do a great job here.
And it's the first President's Athletic Conference tournament back for you guys in a couple seasons here. Just how great is it to be back in wrestling in this tournament?
Yeah, it's I'm looking forward to it, just being back home, and it's always exciting, the PAC tournament. You never know, everybody gets gears up for that a little bit more, I think, and you never know what the other team's going to bring, so it's always an exciting time.
And earlier this season, you ended up announcing that you're going to be retiring at the end of the season here. So how nice is it kind of almost cap off your season with an event here at home? Now you still have regionals and nationals hopefully coming up soon here, but at least you get to have the PAC tournament back at home here in Waynesburg.
Yeah, it is. It's nice that, having it home for the last event from here, and hopefully we're going to have some alumni guys coming back. So looking forward to just seeing some guys that, won some titles here at Waynesburg, and those meant a lot to me as a coach here. So having them in the gym and just with our guys, it's been a tough year, but, I'm just looking forward to them giving us our best on Saturday.
And you've spent a very lengthy career in coaching, not only here at Waynesburg University, also spent some time at Waynesburg Central, Jefferson Morgan. What ultimately got you into coaching?
That's probably one of the main reasons I went to school. I wrestled, and then right afterwards, I graduated, and my old junior high coach asked if I wanted to be a part of it. And after that, I just really loved the coaching part, and I get so much more enjoyment out of watching guys accomplish their goals and coaching than I ever did as an athlete myself. And it's just something I've enjoyed even at the high school level, just coaching different sports and just working I just think that you get to know the students a little bit better, and just that relationship means a lot. Not just the wins, losses, the competitions, but just getting to see them in different lights, and those things mean a lot to me.
And how tough do you think that is going to be for you to walk away from at the end of the season?
It'll definitely be different next year, just not having to worry about, hey, who's going to make weight, who am I going to have for this match, those kind of things. Those are the things that probably won't miss as much, but just the one-on-one time, just being in the room and having fun with guys and enjoying that part. Those are the things that I definitely will miss.
And one coach that's been by your side for the majority of your coaching career, John Yates, just explain a little bit more of the relationship between you two.
It's just, he was the high school head coach, and when my boys started back in junior high coming up through, I said, hey, I'd like to just help with that program. Took me on. Then I went up with my younger son when he got to the high school level, and John and I just seem like we've always been on the same page. We think a lot alike, and, I can't think of a better technician in the room, and just having him come back this last year and helping with our program again means a lot. He started here with me, and that was the whole reason I took the job. I said, hey, if you'll come on, I'll take the job here. And, he's just like another head coach. He knows the sport so well and works so well with our guys. It's just meant a lot to have him.
And another coach that you've spent a lot of time with recently, assistant coach Gennaro Bonaventura, just how great has it been working with him over the past couple of years?
Really good. G's taken on a lot of the responsibility as just like a head coach. Like does a lot, the social media thing he's just really good at. And if you ask anybody, he knows every wrestler from everywhere, scouting, doing those, recruiting, and he's just done an awesome job with that. I can't say enough about how much he's done for our program.
And then over your coaching career here, not only at Waynesburg, Jefferson Morgan, or Waynesburg Central, you got to coach a lot of successful and accomplished wrestlers. Everybody points at Kerry Colac, Coleman Scott, and even recently, Jake Evans. Just how blessed are you to be able to coach some really incredible athletes and wrestlers?
I think you hit it exactly right, Riley. I feel blessed. I think God's just put me in a good place here at Waynesburg, and I just give him the glory because it's not me. I just think the people that I just try to surround myself with good people and good coaches and guys that work hard in the room. We just try to get the best out of them. I just, really think that I've been blessed here and throughout. Just, it could have been anyone in those shoes, and just I always just look at it as just trying to guide them to have the best success they can have.
And I remember in an interview a couple years ago that I ended up having with you is you said one of your favorite things about coaching wasn't really being able to coach those successful guys. Now, that's obviously a great part of coaching when you have athletes that are that incredible, but it's also those guys in the wrestling room that work hard. And the one guy that pops to mind for me right now is Corey Supon. Guys like those. What really makes you like coaching guys like that?
Just they're not just about themselves. They're about the whole team aspect, and they'll do anything to help other people. And, you just know those kind of guys are going to be successful when they get later in life in a job. And if I was an employer looking for someone like that to hire, that they're going to give you everything in the workplace because and he just would do anything, never miss practice, always there. And there's the time commitment that they put in and not seeing a whole lot, success on the mat, but just otherwise, it just says volumes of what they do. And, we've had so many of those guys that just contributed like that. And that's why it's been, for me, even Jefferson, Waynesburg, and here, all those kind of things. From the lowest wrestler we had, the most successful, those things those I'll never forget every one of them.
And your son, wrestling runs in your family as well. Your son was a very accomplished wrestler as well. Now an assistant coach at Pitt. And you also got to work with him a little bit here at Waynesburg University as an assistant coach while he was here. Just how great was it that you were able to work with your son in wrestling?
It was a lot of fun. That very first year, like, he was still training at West Virginia and would come into our room and work out. And, it was just a great opportunity for me as a dad, and get to see him. And now just going and watching him at Pitt, and we talk after the matches, we talk after he was at, and just talk about the pros and cons, things that could have done better at the matches. And it's just one thing that I always loved about that, that we have that great relationship, and he's went on and done well at the coaching level.
And I know this is probably a tough question to ask you here through all your years coaching and all the probably great moments that you've had, but if you had to pick one favorite moment in coaching, what would it be and why?
I'm not sure if there would be one. I know that question comes up a lot. Is there one particular thing and I can't say that there is one. I mean, there's highlights. I mean, I look back at the Teal and W&J matches a lot of times when we thought we weren't going to win, and somehow we pay. I mean, even the last one 2 years ago over there, that we didn't think that was going to be able to win. And then I can think of the one time we're wrestling Teal, and Anthony Bonaventura goes into overtime and then gets a fall, and just the excitement on our team bench and in the crowd, those kind of things, just really, and I can still, people had pictures of that, that excitement of everybody around, and those are things that do stand out a little bit about the program.
Yeah, and the last time that you ended up winning a President's Athletic Conference title, I was a part of the team back then, just a couple years ago, and it was kind of one of those moments as well where we were down in the finals and everything. We had a lot of people step up, Matt Lascola, Josh Kuslock, and then Jake Evans closes off the night. What will you remember most about that PAC title right there?
You said, I think we had a really bad first round and I can remember us just huddling together and just bringing everybody together and just saying, hey, we had a bad round, now we need to make up for it this round. And just seeing guys rally, and just that, I think it makes it even more special when you think, we could have went the other way, could have hung heads a little bit, but I think everybody just pulled together, and that makes it even more special.
So this is another big question right here. What has wrestling ultimately taught you in life? I've always said as a coach, I think the discipline of it, my dad always just told me that no matter what I do, try to do it the best of my ability. And I think you do that when people are watching, and whenever you're by yourself or you're trying to plan things out. When people don't see it, I'm still trying to do the best that I possibly can. And we've had a rough year, and I feel bad for our guys with injuries and things like that, but still every day just trying to plan a practice, trying to get our guys motivated just to get through, because I still care for every one of those guys, that how hard they work, everyone. And one final question right here. What is next for Coach Headley?
Well, I have 3 grandchildren, so I got one that's just going to be turning 5 in April, little boy, so I'm anxious. I was just wrestling with him on this weekend at his house. He has a little mat, so looking forward to that and spending time. And then, just like you've coached, it's been 40 years. I started in '82, 40 years of coaching. And sometimes you feel like you weren't there for your family, sometimes missing some of their things. And I just want to be there for them, and seeing their families grow up and spending time with them.
Well, thank you so much, Coach, for joining me here. And make sure you tune in to WCTV for more Waynesburg sports content.
Thanks, Charlie.
It's a Saturday night. You know what that means. Time to party. Sam is having a good time, watching sports, drinking beer, playing pong. Not a care in the world for Sam. Nobody at the party stopped Sam. They let him walk out the door with his keys, even though he was stumbling, having a hard time to stand up. What happened less than 10 minutes later would change Sam's life forever.
It is a Saturday night here at the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse. Waynesburg currently trailing 28-23 to the visiting Westminster Titans. At the beginning of tonight, Westminster tied for second at 11-4, Waynesburg in eighth at 4-10. Close game so far. Jackets probably could have the lead in this one if they were able to knock down some of those three-pointers. Only one made three so far tonight. It came from Avery Robinson about midway through that second quarter. So Riley, really, I think the two big takeaways from that first half was pretty much making 0 3-pointers, but Waynesburg has been pretty good on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, it's been tough tonight for two of the better shooters for this Waynesburg team. It hasn't been a good night for Marley Wolf, the Wolf of High Street, 0 for 7 from the floor tonight, 0 for 5 from three-point land, and then Casey Castrol also struggling a little bit tonight too, 3 for 8 from the floor and 0 for 3 from 3. And then you look at the other side, the Westminster Titans have been able to really step up, and it's pretty much been due to Camden Hergenrother. She has 15 points already in this game, and she's just been impressive offensively. 6 for 9 on the floor. She's had a pretty nice performance so far tonight, Tanner.
Yeah, really the only bad thing maybe is she only scored 3 points in that second quarter, but she outscored Waynesburg's entire team in that first quarter, so not too much to worry about. No one's really in any sort of foul trouble. Lindsay Bell hasn't been too much of a factor tonight as she normally is. She has 2 fouls. Madison Dayton has 2 for Waynesburg, but other than those two, it's been a pretty clean game. Waynesburg's 0 for 4 from the foul line, so it could be a 1-point game right now if the Jackets were able to sink those. And 2 of those misses came from Casey Castrol, who's one of the best free throw shooters in the entire conference. So head coach Jones and assistant coach Andrea Orlowski, couple things to figure out and really just fine-tune the game plan, because what they were trying to do in the first half was working, except for they just couldn't knock down those open shots whenever they got them.
Yeah, and I don't think head coach Sam Jones is too upset with how that first half went for his team. This is a pretty tough Westminster Titans team that he's up against right now, and yet his team is within 5 points of them. So nothing to be too upset with here. Still have 20 minutes of basketball left to play here. A lot of time for the Yellow Jackets to be able to mount a comeback here against one of the better teams in the President's Athletic Conference.
Waynesburg is 18-19 in the history of this matchup. Currently on a 6-game losing streak. The last time these two met, Westminster came away with a 65-50 victory in New Wilmington, Pennsylvania. The last victory in this matchup between Waynesburg and Westminster, Waynesburg won it back on January 2019, putting up 93 points and only giving up 65. The positive out of that is Waynesburg's 10-7 at home against Westminster. So if you like to look at those numbers, a home advantage for Waynesburg. Currently it's only down 5 points, trailing 28-23. Brooke Fuller was the leading scorer for the Jackets in that first half with 8. She had 4 in the first quarter and 4 in the second. But she's been double teamed a lot down low in the post. Made a couple tough baskets and then a couple turnovers trying to pass out of that double team. So Westminster, good defensive game plan for one of the better players in the President's Athletic Conference.
And it seems like Fuller has a lot more success offensively, and the team just has more success offensively when Fuller's able to hover around the three-point arc, because then players like Casey Castrol and Anika Dansby are able to cut in and get some easy layups. So watch for that to be a key for the rest of the game.
Start of the second half. Waynesburg has the ball first. Robinson with it on the right wing. Just 3 points tonight for Robinson. Mid-range jumper around the rim and out. Rebounded by Natalie Murillo. Quickly down the floor to Mackenzie Powell. 2 points tonight for the 5'8 freshman getting the start. Hergenrother handing it off to Polchinski. Polchinski down low to Murillo. Bullying through Casey Castrol, and Murillo starts the second half scoring with a left-handed layup off the glass. 6 points tonight from Murillo. Gives Westminster a 30-23 lead, 50 seconds through the second quarter.
If you're Westminster, you want Murillo to get hot.
Castrol shot too hard off of the glass.
It was a very awkward-looking shot, but for a second there, I thought it might have had a chance of going in.
Marley Wolf was wide open in the right corner. Castrol had 2 defenders on it, but decided to drive. Here's Hergenrother, 15 feet away. The soft touch off the glass in the rim. Her first points of the second half. She's up to 17 total in this one.
Yeah, 7 for 10 tonight. Just been very impressive this entire contest.
Waynesburg with it. Robinson to Marley Wolf. Left wing. Castrol screened by Dansby. Back to the top of the key. Wolf. Head fake just inside the right elbow. Airballed it. Castrol tried to tip it into Dansby, and referee says her foot hit the baseline. A good play there by Castrol, but stepping out and gives the ball back over to Westminster.
Yeah, I really like the hustle from Casey Castrol there. She might not be able to get anything really going offensively, but if you're hustling hard on offense and defense, good things can happen for you and your team in this game.
32-23, Westminster leading 2 minutes into the second half. Lindsey Bell with it, top of the key, guarded by Fuller. Murillo in the post against Dansby. Shifts it out to Hergenrother, fakes the three, pulls up from mid-range. It's rebounded by Fuller. Another great box out there against Lindsey Bell.
Yeah, the rebound margin has been key in this game. Just in the first half, both of these teams were tied with 19 rebounds apiece, so pretty even right there.
Avery Robinson with the little step back, gives it off to Wolf. Wolf drives into the paint, kicks it out to Castrol. Couple dribbles. Brooke Fuller, right elbow, off the side of the backboard, the side of the rim, off the glass, and Dansby missed a second chance opportunity, but goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westminster. Waynesburg inbounds underneath the basket with just 2 seconds left on the shot clock.
And it's very promising to see right now that Waynesburg is crashing the boards offensively. We saw Casey Castrol do it, and now just Anika Dansby just did it a couple minutes ago.
Robinson trying to force it down low to Wolf. There was 2 seconds on the shot clock, and it was tipped out of bounds by Murillo, and they're saying that play took 2 whole seconds. And they call a shot clock violation. Coach Jones not happy with that one. Westminster takes over. Camden Hergenrother up over the timeline. Give and go with Bell. Murillo with it, drives, left block, off the glass and in. Strong take to the rim by Natalie Murillo. That's 2 buckets now where she's just bullied Castrol down low in the paint, able to knock it in off the glass. Sam Jones takes a timeout. 7:02 to go, third quarter. Waynesburg now trailing by 11 with a score of 34-23.
Yeah, Waynesburg currently facing a 6-0 run right now from Westminster. Just Westminster able to get everything to go for them here early on in the second half. As you take a look at head coach Sam Jones on your screen right now, trying to rally the troops back together and get back into this ball game here, because you don't want it to slip away from you and have a repeat of the first time that these two teams played back in January, where the Titans ended up walking away with a 15-point victory.
In other games around the PAC, this was the last game to tip off. Every other game was earlier, but Waynesburg hosting the PAC Wrestling Championships moved the tip off to 6:30 for the women's game, 8:30 for the men's game. Chatham defeated Bethany 67-38. St. Vincent defeated Franciscan 59-43. Washington and Jefferson took down Geneva 65-54, and Grove City slaughtering Teal 86-51. Resume play here out of the timeout. Foul on the floor goes against Natalie Powell. That's her second. Team first. Waynesburg to inbound from underneath the basket. Destiny Robinson into the game for the first time for the Lady Jays. Dansby, right wing. Try to get to the post to Fuller, and it was stolen away by Megan Pulchinski. 2-on-2 break. Now Pulchinski hits the brakes, trying to set up the offense. Here's Natalie Murillo, left wing. Nails the three. 7 second half points for Natalie Murillo. Waynesburg still without a point through the first 3.5 minutes here in the second half. Dansby tries to end that, but hits the back of the rim and misses. Fuller fighting down low, draws a foul against Lindsey Bell, and that's her third.
Yeah, this is very dangerous for Waynesburg right now, that Natalie Murillo is able to get going offensively right now, because she's been on fire to start this second half right here. Now has 11 points in this game right now.
13-0 run for Westminster going back into that first half. There's the elevator door screens for Avery Robinson. Knocks down her second three of the game. Cuts the lead down to 11, 6:10 to go third quarter.
And for Waynesburg to get back into this ball game, you need to get Avery Robinson going. She's the best shooter on this team all around.
Murillo airmails that pass looking for Mariah. Vincent goes over the Westminster bench, turns it back over to Waynesburg, and a chance to make this a single-digit deficit. Dansby to the top of the key for Waynesburg. Robinson right wing. Bounces it in the Fuller. Double team. Try to find Dansby, who's cutting through the paint. Ball on the floor. Two Westminster players on top of it, along with Danica Dansby. Jump ball ruled. Possession goes to the Titans.
Yeah, Waynesburg just struggling offensively here in the second half. Just that only made three-pointer from Avery Robinson and nothing else.
Polchinski over to Murillo on the left wing. Handing it off to Vincent, guarded by Destiny Robinson. Her first minutes tonight. A double team now against Polchinski, and an offensive foul called against Megan Polchinski. Charge taken there by Anika Dansby, and that's something that is a familiar sight with this Yellow Jackets team. Undersized defender in Dansby, but not a stranger to taking charges.
Yeah, not too much size on this Yellow Jackets team. You have just Leighton Croft, you have Casey Castro, Cameron Watson, and then Madison Dayton and Brooke Fuller. But other than that, not really too much size compared to a lot of these other teams in the PAC.
Another good backdoor attempt by Waynesburg. Polchinski down into the paint, draws a foul against Robinson. That's her first, and Polchinski will go to the line to shoot two. Only with 2 points so far in this one. Both one made shot came back in the second quarter. She's 63% from the foul line so far this season.
Yeah, Polchinski's been a pretty impressive player for Westminster Titans over the course of her collegiate career. Just hasn't been able to really get anything going offensively in this game here tonight. And she's also sat on the bench a decent bit of the game, too.
Polchinski missing both free throws. Almost offensively rebounded there by Westminster, but Dayton able to rip it away. Robinson down in the paint. Beautiful pass underneath the Dayton. She airballed it. Fuller, the second chance, got fouled on the way up.
Yeah, and if you're Madison Dayton, you have to capitalize on those opportunities right there. Pretty much almost given a free basket right there, and a great pass from Destiny Robinson, but not able to connect. At least Brooke Fuller is able to get to the line for the Lady Jackets here.
Foul went against Natalie Murillo. That's her second. Fuller to the line for two free throws, off on her first one. Waynesburg has yet to make a foul shot so far tonight. 0 for 5 from the charity stripe. Fuller, 72% on the season as she knocks in her second one. 37-27, 4:50 to go, third quarter. Just a 10-point deficit for Waynesburg, trying to find any sort of offense here as we're over midway through the second quarter. Mariah Vincent cuts through the paint, right-handed layup up and in. Her second bucket of the game, up to 5 points. 13-point lead for the Titans. Fuller, double team, backdoor to Dansby. Misses the layup but gets fouled. But a great pass out of the double team there by Brooke Fuller. Brianda Davis gets called for her first foul for Westminster. Dansby goes to the foul line to shoot two. She's 0 for 2 so far tonight. She makes her first one.
Yeah, Waynesburg needs to capitalize at the free throw line here if they want to get back into this ball game.
2 for 2 for Dansby. Her first 2 points of the game. Had 0 points last game. Shot 0 for 5 from the field in that loss against Washington and Jefferson. Cuts the lead down to 10, 39-29, 4:20 left in the third quarter. Hergenrother driving, and too much contact there from Dansby as a junior gets called for her first foul.
A lot of fouls happening right here in this third quarter, Tanner.
Already 5 team fouls against Westminster, 2 on Waynesburg. 10-point lead for Westminster. Hergenrother tries to extend it but can't. Misses the shot. Rebounded by Avery Robinson. Jackets down the floor. Right wing, Dansby quick first step, tried to drive. Hergenrother got in her way. Fuller kicked it out to Dansby. Dansby into the paint to Avery Robinson. Dribbles to her left, spins inside. Brooke Fuller, 17-foot jumper, splashes in. A little bit farther out of the paint of what she's used to, but a good-looking shot there from Fuller, up to 11 points, cuts the lead down to 8, 3:35 to go. Third quarter, and Hergenrother gets the points right back. She has 19 so far tonight. Back up to a double-digit lead, 41-31, 3:25 left, third quarter.
Yeah, it's not too often that you see Brooke Fuller take that deep of a two-point attempt right there. I mean, that was almost a three-pointer if she's back another foot or two pretty much. But to see her make a shot like that is what Waynesburg really needs right now. They need any help offensively that they can get, because so far in this second half, just nothing really has been going offensively for the Yellow Jackets.
We saw Fuller hit the game winner from pretty much that exact spot on the floor against St. Vincent a couple games ago. Definitely has that type of shot in her skill set, but more of a post player.
Yeah, she still hasn't attempted one three-point shot in college yet, but she continues to always joke around about potentially taking that three-point shot. Be interesting to see if she maybe decides to take one before her collegiate career is over, but I feel like head coach Sam Jones wouldn't be too happy to see Fuller take a three-pointer.
Yeah,
maybe if he
hope
she
to see
made
it. Yeah, it'd be one of those things where the coach would say, no, don't shoot, and then she ends up making it. And Waynesburg's going to need some three-pointers in this one. Avery Robinson, the only player on this team that hit one. She has 2, 6 points total. Dansby outside the Robeson. One dribble, pulls up, misses. Dansby, offensive board, missed the putback. Rebounded by Hess, and a foul called on Madison Dayton, and that is her third. Team third as well. 3:03 remaining in the third quarter. 41-31, Westminster leading.
And you don't want Madison Dayton to get into foul trouble if you're head coach Sam Jones right now, because she's one of the better players defensively that you have on this roster. As we see right now, Mariah Vincent just hobbling over to the Westminster bench. This looks a little shaken up right now. So some substitutions all around. We'll have Mario come in for Vincent, and then Leighton Croft come in for Madison Dayton.
Yeah, not quite sure what happened to Mariah Vincent, but she walked off the floor, sitting in the middle of the bench. Keep an eye on her coming back into this game. Westminster gets back into its offense. Powell, under heavy pressure, had to kick it out to Murillo. Murillo drives on Leighton Croft. Too strong off the glass, rebounded by Fuller. Good defense there by Leighton Croft. Robinson, corner to Robeson. Destiny Robeson swishes in a three. Off the bench, Destiny Robeson, only with 11 points so far this season, hits a big three right there, cuts the lead to 7, 2:24 left in the third quarter.
Yeah, we haven't seen too much of Robeson play this season, but when she's been in these games in critical moments, she has been impressive and a quality player for the Yellow Jackets.
Polchinski straight to the rack, draws a foul against Dansby, gets the bucket and the foul. Second foul against Anika Dansby. Polchinski, her first field goal of the second half, up to 4 points, a chance to make it 5 with this free throw.
Waynesburg's been playing pretty tough defensively, a lot of physical defense right now, so it's pretty much been the main reason on why Waynesburg's been fouling a lot. Just a lot of aggressiveness on defense and trying to grab rebounds as well.
At the 2-minute warning here in the third quarter, Waynesburg at home trailing 44-34, looking to break a 6-game losing streak against Westminster. Robinson drives out to Robeson. Step back. Long twos, no good. Rebounded by Westminster. That was Elena Moore getting quality minutes for the freshman. Murillo drives on Croft again to her left. Too strong again. Up to Robinson. Robinson forward to Robeson. Right-handed layup up and in for Destiny Robeson. 5 points now in this third quarter. Cuts the lead to 8. 1:23 to go, third quarter.
Can we give the microwave nickname to Destiny Robeson right now? Because she is on fire right now. Just 5 points off the bench, coming at a critical time for the Yellow Jackets to get back within single digits here at the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse. And that was also a very beautiful pass as well from Avery Robinson, just being able to lead the ball to Destiny Robeson.
And again, Waynesburg taking that defense, turning it into offense. They got out good, started with Leighton Croft, good defense, rebounded by Fuller into the hands of Robinson, and then Robeson was already on the Westminster side of the floor inside the three-point line. Ended up being an easy layup for her. And then more defensive pressure caused a double dribble on the last possession for Westminster, and Waynesburg chance to cut into this lead, down 8. Robinson to Fuller to Croft, knocked away, stolen by Camden Hergenrother. Slowed up for a bit, missed a left-handed layup. Robeson with the rebound. Hergenrother looked like she tried to get some contact there against Robeson. And now Waynesburg spoils that turnover with a turnover of their own. Gives it back to Westminster with 46.4 seconds left on the third quarter clock, 44-36.
And it was very smart, too, that Robeson didn't foul Hergenrother either, because Hergenrother wasn't even really looking at the basket when she went up for that shot. She was looking for her teammates really behind her.
Turnovers cancel out. Murillo to the rim. Missed the shot but got fouled by Leighton Croft. That's Croft's first, team fourth.
They definitely don't want to foul Murillo. Even though she's just 78% from the line this season, she's still a very effective free throw shooter.
She makes her first one, up to 12 points on the night. Murillo from Brentwood High School. Last season, she was second team All-PAC, led her team in scoring 17 points per game. She averages 17.8 this season. She has 13 tonight after she knocked in both of her free throws. Waynesburg back on the attack. Castro, after sitting on the bench for a few minutes, back into the game. 2-second difference in the shot clock and game clock. Castro tries a three, left it short off the rim. Rebounded by Waynesburg. Shot clock off now, 10 seconds left in the third. Fuller got stripped down low. Hergenrother picked it up, and before she could get out in transition, got fouled by Leighton Croft. Back-to-back fouls for Croft. That's her second, team sixth, and that's going to put Camden Hergenrother to the foul line with just 6.7 left here in the third quarter.
And this game right here is looking very similar to the first time that Waynesburg and Westminster ended up playing each other. Hergenrother had 19 points in the first time these two teams played, and she has 19 points right now. And then you look at Natalie Murillo. She had 15 in the first time these two teams matched up earlier in January, and she has 13 in this game. So it's looking pretty similar all around from the two leading scorers of the Titans.
And we talked about at the beginning of the broadcast, very offensive-minded team in Westminster. A very good offense as Hergenrother hits 20 points so far tonight, splits the pair of free throws. 2 seconds left on the clock. Here's Avery Robinson, step back, has to chuck up a three. Couldn't get it off in time, missed anyways. As that ends the third quarter, Westminster starting to pull away an 11-point lead, 47-36. Titans lead here after the first 3 quarters. We'll step away for a quick break. Riley Holsinger will be back on the play-by-play duties. When we return, you're watching the Waynesburg University Sports Network.
Piracy is a crime. If you see someone downloading copyrighted material without paying for it, then you should inform the authorities immediately. If you download any copyrighted material from the internet without paying for it, then you should go to jail.
Shooting woes have summed up the entire game between Westminster and Waynesburg. Waynesburg just shooting 30% from the floor. They're 15 for 50. 3 of 18 from the three-point line. That results in a 16.7 three-point percentage and just 3 of 8 at the free throw line here. So Waynesburg not really able to capitalize at all with any of the shots that the Yellow Jackets have been taking. whereas the Titans have been a little bit better than the Yellow Jackets, just shooting 46% from the floor and 36% from behind the arc. Set to start the final frame here in the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse. The Westminster Titans currently lead the Waynesburg University Yellow Jackets 47-36. On the floor for the Yellow Jackets, Robeson with the ball now. Over to Castrol, to Robinson, Leighton Croft, and the final member of the lineup for the Yellow Jackets on the court, Brooke Fuller, just passing it around the horn of all the girls on the floor. Take a look at the Westminster Titans out on the floor. You have Bell, Murio, Hergenrother, Mackenzie Powell, and Megan Polchinski. Brooke Fuller down low, gets it to go. Fuller now with 13 points in this game. First points of the fourth quarter for any team.
Great positioning down low by Fuller once again. We saw it once or twice in that first half. When she's that deep underneath the rim inside that restricted arc area, she's going to make those 9 times out of 10. She does there, cuts the lead to 9.
Hergenrother gets a free trip to the lane, but not able to convert. Titans able to regain possession here. Head coach Sam Jones sent Anika Dansby and Madison Dayton to the scorers table to get checked in soon. 7 seconds on the shot clock. 3-pointer here from Murio, off the backboard and out of bounds. Waynesburg will take over. And Anika Dansby and Madison Dayton will check in for Leighton Croft and Destiny Robeson. And Casey Castrol will pass it over to Anika Dansby. Dansby leading the attack for this Yellow Jackets offense. Only 2 points in this game. Castrol gets 2 right there. Casey Castrol now with 8 points. Waynesburg within 7 here early on in the fourth quarter.
And this is where Waynesburg really needs to lock in. Jackets got it down to a 7-point lead. Still a lot of time left in this game. And this is what I meant at the beginning when I said have to play a complete 4 quarters. First 3 quarters were pretty good from Waynesburg. This one has to be even better.
Great defense from Madison Dayton for Waynesburg to be able to get the ball back. Well, there's a whistle on the court. Looks like that might be a foul on Mackenzie Powell. That's Mackenzie Powell's 3rd foul of the game. Team first of the quarter. Dayton finds Dansby. Fuller working down low. Shot no good. Casey Castrol able to grab the offensive rebound and just hands it right off to Camden Hergenrother. And a whistle on the court. And that's going to be a foul on Casey Castrol. Castrol's 3rd foul of the game. Waynesburg's 1st of the quarter here.
Yeah, surprised that wasn't a foul on Madison Dayton down low. She fell down, hit the hardwood, and then Westminster tried to break out in transition, and Castrol just held up Hergenrother. But Westminster keeps possession inside 8 to go.
This has been a pretty physical game thus far. Natalie Murrow. And another whistle and another foul early on here. And that foul will go on Anika Dansby, her 3rd foul in the game. It's already 3 fouls here in the fourth quarter, and we're not even 3 minutes through. Shot from Hergenrother off the grid. Don't see that too often, especially in this game. Madison Dayton down low. Gets it to go. And 1 now for Madison Dayton.
That was no other word but perfect pass from Anika Dansby. I thought she might have waited a little bit too long. Dayton was running out of room, running towards the rim, but she floated it perfectly over the defender, and then Dayton did a good job of composing herself, making the shot and getting to the line.
And Anika Dansby had a lot of turnover issues early on in the season, but in this game, her playmaking skills have been almost perfect for the Yellow Jackets. Hergenrother now leading the attack. Over to Murio. 3-pointer, no good. Rebound here from Castrol.
Hit Fuller right in the head.
And Casey Castro gets that one knocked away out of bounds here. Titans will check in Mariah Vincent. So Vincent, who left the game a little bit earlier, a little shaken up, will come into this game for Murillo. Avery Robinson looking for someone to pass it to, finds Anika Dansby. Jackets within 5 here, 7 minutes to go in the fourth. Fuller gets her shot to go. Brooke Fuller now with 15, turning it on here in the fourth quarter. Jackets within 3. Polchinski driving in, layup attempt, no good. Rebound here from none other than Lindsay Bell. Third leading rebounder in the President's Athletic Conference. And a whistle on the court as well. As we see head coach Roseanne Scott talking to her team. 10 seconds here on the shot clock, a whistle and a foul on the court. Waynesburg will take over. That's going to be on Lindsay Bell. That's Bell's 4th foul of the game. So Bell currently in foul trouble right now.
Still in the game as well, and over 6 minutes left.
Madison Dayton gets her shot to go as the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse erupts from that.
Waynesburg has all of the energy right now, and you can start to feel it in the gym as more and more people start to arrive for the beginning of the men's game. But just like the St. Vincent game, Waynesburg putting on a show here in the fourth quarter. Still down by 1, but defense has been outstanding. Westminster hasn't even scored yet in this fourth quarter, and we've played almost 4 minutes. But again, still 6:18 left. Waynesburg needs to keep playing up to the pace that they are right now and be able to pull off what would be a big upset here tonight against the Westminster Titans.
Yeah, that could arguably be one of the biggest upsets of the year for women's basketball in the President's Athletic Conference. And the energy right now in the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse continues to build here in the fourth quarter. And it's not even from the student section either. There's not really any students in the student section currently. It's from just the general fans attending this game, just the family members and the friends of a lot of those players and everything right now. So the Rudy might soon be rocking, Tanner, as they like to say. Especially if Waynesburg is able to pick up a big win here. Yellow Jackets currently trail by 1 point, 6:18 left to go in the fourth quarter here.
I think another big thing about tonight's game is the last couple games, Brooke Fuller has gotten herself into foul trouble, which kind of limits her playing time, limits how aggressive she can be. Tonight she has no fouls, but leads the team with 15 points. Offensive foul, giving it right back to Waynesburg and a chance to take the lead.
Yeah, that's tremendous right now for Waynesburg to be able to continue the momentum. As Anika Dansby will cross over the timeline here for Waynesburg. Fuller working down low. Robinson three-pointer, no good. Fuller able to grab the rebound. Her putback attempt is good. Waynesburg currently takes a 1-point lead here with 5:54 left to go in the fourth quarter.
More defense turning in the offense for Waynesburg. I've said it multiple times tonight. And here we go again.
Another offensive foul here. The Yellow Jackets are currently feeding off of this energy right here in the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse. And Murillo also has 4 fouls. She'll be checked out of the game. So Lindsay Bell with 4 fouls, Murillo with 4 fouls. That hurts this Titans team down the stretch here to finish out the game. And Brooke Fuller should look to capitalize playing against freshman Elena Moore right now.
Yeah, Elena Moore has played pretty well in this game tonight, but Fuller right now riding high in this fourth quarter already with 6 points. Hit that last one. Just give it right back to her in the post.
Robinson three-pointer. No good, off the back of the iron. Dayton able to grab the offensive rebound though.
And if you're Waynesburg, you can't get excited and just start chucking up shots. That was a good attempt by Robinson, but still 5 minutes left. Just stay calm and keep control of the ball.
Brooke Fuller House, baby. 19 points. Waynesburg currently now with a 3-point lead here. Titans just struggling offensively here in the fourth quarter. Head coach Sam Jones getting ready to check in Marley Wolf as we have a shot from Elena Moore. No good. Rebound by Polchinski. As it's a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Waynesburg.
I didn't see what happened, but on the other end of the floor, Casey Castro took a while to get back on defense as she's hunched over right now, as you can see on the screen. That's who Marley Wolf's going to replace. But didn't know what happened, but hopefully Castro's okay. She's able to walk off the floor under her own strength.
Yeah, definitely not good if Casey Castro is not able to return for this game right here. Waynesburg already doesn't have a deep bench to begin with. And to lose a player like Casey Castro will definitely hurt this Waynesburg team down the stretch here. The Yellow Jackets have to be happy right now. 3-point lead, 4:42 left to go here in the fourth quarter. And everything is going Waynesburg's way. Westminster playing tough defensively here. Madison Dayton tries to put up a shot, gets swatted back into the student section, and Westminster able to take back over on offense as well.
It was a good defensive possession there for the Westminster Titans, knowing that every possession becomes more and more critical as we're down to 4 minutes left. Able to get a block and a turnover, now have to try to jumpstart this offense like it was hot in the first quarter.
And you can just feel the intensity in here. Hergenrother, beautiful mid-range shot. Able to stop the bleeding a little bit. Hergenrother now with 22 points in this game, really fueling this Titans attack.
That was a big crossover from Hergenrother against Anika Dansby, created a lot of space, ended up being wide open in the mid-range.
Hergenrother able to get a key steal here. Waits for the troops to regroup. Polchinski back over to Moore, to Powell now. Powell powers her way through, but not able to get it to go.
Great defense by Fuller. Powell had a good look at the rim, but Fuller staying straight up, keeping her hands straight up, not drawing a foul, getting the ball back to the Waynesburg offense.
Yellow Jackets currently hold a 1-point lead over the Titans here. Brooke Fuller not able to hold on to that one, and Hergenrother with another big steal on back-to-back possessions here. Whistle and a foul on the court. That one will go against Anika Dansby. And Dansby already starting to approach foul trouble a little bit here for the Jackets. Hergenrother, though, has been key defensively for the Titans tonight. Just multiple steals from her. She has 4 steals in this contest. And speaking of steals, Avery Robinson gets one of her own. Madison Dayton now working near the block, puts up a shot, and it falls for Dayton. Jackets lead extends to 3.
Waynesburg again going with that long pass from Dansby, and another perfect pass. That one was from Dansby, but an even better layup there by Dayton. Had to fight through the defense underneath of the hoop, able to get it up and in. Extends the lead out to 3, just 2.5 minutes left in the fourth. And this one, first quarter a little sloppy, but it's really turned into a great game here tonight.
Roseanne Scott called a timeout for the Westminster Titans, and she's been with the Titans for 20 seasons now. Pretty much got hired right after her collegiate career at Bethany College. Just a very impressive player at Bethany as well. Hired as a head coach at 24 years old. As we take a look currently right now at Casey Castro's leg, you see that ice pack on it. Not sure what Castro's status will be for the rest of the game, but not a good sight to see that her shoes are off and an ice pack is on her. Although she will be cheering on her teammates from that trainer's table right now. Polchinski will lead the charge for the Titans here. Waynesburg holding on to that 3-point lead. Lindsey Bell back into the ball game now, despite having 4 fouls. Hergenrother puts up a mid-range shot. It doesn't go for her. Fuller with the rebound.
Waynesburg's defense continuing to be impressive, and really what I've noticed is this Yellow Jackets team doing a great job of communicating on defense, getting over screens, talking to each other when a screen approaches. That was a good example there. Forced a tough shot from Hergenrother, getting the ball back, and now a chance to add to this lead.
Head coach Sam Jones telling his offense to slow down a little bit here. As there's a loose ball, Marley Wolf able to hold on to it, and Westminster will take over on possession. Tanner, any insight on what's happening?
Well, initially they're calling a shot clock violation as referee crew discusses here. Dayton had that shot from underneath of the hoop. I don't think it hit the rim though. I think it came straight off the backboard. And that's what they're going to stick with as Westminster retakes possession.
So just a minute 45 left here in the contest. Waynesburg still with that 3-point lead, trying to pull off one of the biggest upsets of the season in the President's Athletic Conference. Hergenrother down to Murillo, down low. And a foul on Madison Dayton. A little surprising to call a foul there on Dayton, but that is the call. So Murillo will head to the free throw line with a chance for 1 after they counted her basket too.
And that's Dayton's 4th foul of the game. She's been a huge factor tonight for the Yellow Jackets as she grabs that rebound. Only a minute and a half left. Still has to be careful with those 4 fouls.
Robinson down low to Fuller. Quick double team to Fuller when she gets the ball. Marley Wolf, 3-pointer, and the Wolf of High Street hits a big 3-pointer for the Yellow Jackets.
First basket of the game for Marley Wolf. Couldn't have come at a better time, but an even better pass from Brooke Fuller. We've seen it many times tonight. Get doubled down in the post. She's found the open shooter. And I think that's what this team was missing the last few games, really, but Fuller turning on the passing tonight, and a huge shot from Marley Wolf.
Yeah, one of the biggest shots of the game, if not the biggest one so far tonight. Marley Wolf's first basket couldn't have come at a better time, just like how you said right there, Tanner. What are the Yellow Jackets going to have to do defensively to be able to pull off this upset?
Keep doing what you've been doing the whole game. Held Titans to 51 points so far. They average 62 per game. This Waynesburg defense gives up 70 points per game. And really, besides the fouls, a couple and one opportunities that they've given up, this defense, I think, this is the best they've played all season. And right now, up by 4, 62 seconds left, a chance to upset the second-place team in the conference. It just comes down to defense here, and you just got to be smart on that side of the ball.
Some Saturday night women's college basketball action. Certainly waking you up right now with the way how this game has turned out. Waynesburg currently with a 4-point lead right now. Make sure you stick around to the Waynesburg University Sports Network too, because after this game, we'll bring you the presentation of the Waynesburg men's basketball team versus the same Westminster Titans. So the Titans getting set to take over on offense here. 1:02 left in the 4th quarter. Murillo working down low on Dayton. Shot falls for Murillo. Murillo now has 17 points in this game. Anika Dansby moving up the court at a slow pace here, trying to burn some seconds off the clock. Fuller down low against Bell. Dayton on the wing. Dansby driving in. Dayton's shot no good. Rebound here from Murillo. Shot clock turned off here. Chance for the Titans to tie or go for the win. Murillo driving in. Layup attempt's good. Tied up now at 55 with 0.1 seconds left to go in this contest, as head coach Sam Jones will call a timeout here. And Tanner, if you're head coach Sam Jones, what's the plan offensively here? Not too much time's left on the clock.
I think get the ball down low to Fuller. She's more than likely going to get double teamed. So if you're the other 4 players on the floor, moving without the ball is going to be key here, because Westminster automatically is thinking that this one's going to go to Fuller, so you have to stay with your man. And if you move off the ball on offense, it just makes it hectic on the defensive side. 8 seconds is also a lot of time in basketball. Just got to get the ball inbounded, get it down the floor. Castro won't be in on this play, as you can tell, still without a shoe on. But it was a great take on that last play by Westminster. Great job of tying this one up. But Waynesburg, you control your own destiny here. 8.1, plenty of time. And the Jackets get the inbound in front of their bench, so you don't even have to get it over midcourt. Great opportunity for Waynesburg. You want to get this upset, comes down to this play.
So look for Brooke Fuller to get the ball. Waynesburg's leading scorer with 19 points. Dayton to inbound it to Anika Dansby. Lob here to Fuller. Fuller's layup falls. Yellow Jackets up by 2.
Great play there. You give it. Anika Dansby has been almost perfect with the ball tonight. That's the 3rd pass of that nature that she's made. Quickly get it into Dansby. It was a great screen by Avery Robinson, I believe, down low. Just lob it up to Brooke Fuller, tallest player on the floor. Composed herself, made the layup, and could be back-to-back game winners for Brooke Fuller here at home.
Still a lot of time left on the clock, though, for Westminster to draw up a play offensively. 4.6 seconds left to go. Waynesburg currently up by 2, and the Titans have 2 very dangerous scorers in Camden Hergenrother, who has 22 points in this game, and Natalie Murillo with 19. Pretty much the only 2 scorers that have really done a lot for this team right here. Combined for 41 points. Pretty impressive from those 2 tonight.
Waynesburg's defense has been incredible all night long. Still have to put out on defense for 4.6 more seconds.
Here's the inbound to Hergenrother. Waynesburg up by 2. Hergenrother puts up a shot, and it falls. Hergenrother, buzzer beater, 3-pointer. Wow. Camden Hergenrother with just a last-second heave, able to get the 3-pointer to fall for the Titans. And this Waynesburg women's basketball team is currently heartbroken.
Yeah, we said at the beginning of this one that Waynesburg needs to play a complete 4 quarters of basketball, which it did tonight, except for the last, really, that last defensive possession. That was good defense. Hergenrother basically shot that from the side of her head. She's been the best player on the floor all night. Had to get the ball into her hand. She's been the best offensive player on the night, and Waynesburg just a tough break there for the Yellow Jackets. Only had to defend for 4.6 more seconds. They did a great job, and just that's just how basketball goes. Westminster able to come away with that 1-point victory.
Yeah, what a crazy finish here from the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse. Camden Hergenrother drilling a buzzer beater 3-pointer for the Titans to be able to pick up a win here. And Tanner, I mentioned it to you, 4.6 seconds left. That was still a lot of time left on the clock. Things weren't over yet, and as we saw right there, Hergenrother ended up sealing for the Titans to walk away with a victory and be able to improve the Titans' record to 15-7 overall, 12-4 in the PAC, to still stay tied for second place in the President's Athletic Conference because Grove City ended up winning earlier today against Teal. Waynesburg, with the loss, heartbroken from it. Just see Anika Dansby right now poured her heart out in this effort tonight for the Yellow Jackets, and Waynesburg currently falls to 4-17 overall, 4-11 in the President's Athletic Conference. Any final notes left to add on this game, Tanner? It was a crazy one, pretty much that whole entire second half.
Yeah, if you're Waynesburg, you have nothing to be upset about in this game. That was probably the best out of every game that I've seen so far this season. This was the best game this women's team has played. Everyone talks about the heart and the soul of this team. Every player gives 100% effort all the time, and they did again tonight, and it's just a shame that they had to lose in the way that they did, but credit to both teams, but Waynesburg played absolutely incredible tonight.
Well, we'll have the men's matchup for you coming up shortly right here on the Waynesburg University Sports Network. But for Tanner Saprosky and myself, Riley Holsinger, this has been a presentation of the Waynesburg women's basketball team and the matchup between the Westminster Titans and the Lady Jackets. Westminster able to walk away with a 58-57 victory, fueled by Camden Hergenrother's buzzer beater three-pointer. Stay tuned to the Waynesburg University Sports Network for coverage of the men's basketball game.
going to fade up to camera 3 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, take it.
Piracy is a crime. If you see someone downloading copyrighted material without paying for it, then you should inform the authorities immediately. If you download any copyrighted material from the internet without paying for it, then you should go to jail.
It's a Saturday night. You know what that means. Time to party. Sam is having a good time, watching sports, drinking beer, playing Pong. Not a care in the world for Sam. Nobody at the party stopped Sam. They let him walk out the door with his keys, even though he was stumbling, having a hard time to stand up. What happened less than 10 minutes later would change Sam's life forever.
You're watching WCTV, where we aim to bring you the best local coverage of what you care about most. Everything from local businesses to hometown sports and the latest weather. We're keeping up to date with what you need to know about issues that affect our campus and our community. We're telling the stories that matter, celebrating our past, our future, and our potential. So tune in for all the latest buzz right here on WCTV Channel 14, Waynesburg.
Piracy is a crime. If you see someone downloading copyrighted material without paying for it, then you should inform the authorities immediately. If you download any copyrighted material from the internet without paying for it, then you should go to jail.
It's a Saturday night. You know what that means. Time to party. Sam is having a good time, watching sports, drinking beer, playing Pong. Not a care in the world for Sam. Nobody at the party stopped Sam. They let him walk out the door with his keys, even though he was stumbling, having a hard time to stand up. What happened less than 10 minutes later would change Sam's life forever.
Have you ever been to the Everly Library? If not, you should, because it's great. They have books of all different genres: history, biography, fiction. Try The Evolution of Life, Life of Pi, or Jurassic Park. So what if books aren't your thing? Try movies like Frozen, or TV shows like Lost. Books and DVDs aren't the only thing though. Take a trip to the second floor. Welcome to the Writing Center. These tutors will tell you everything you need to know about writing a paper, and they'll help revise your essays. Now let's head back down. Behold, the Knox Learning Center. Need to print something out 5 minutes before your next class because you procrastinated? No problem. You can also print off pictures of dogs. Because, well, you can. So grab your homework, laptop, and textbook, and study diligently. Bring your lunch too. Actually, you can't. That's illegal. Now you know the Everly Library. Stop by anytime. Seriously, it's open all week.
Piracy is a crime. If you see someone downloading copyrighted material without paying for it, then you should inform the authorities immediately. If you download any copyrighted material from the internet without paying for it, then you should go to jail.
It's a Saturday night. You know what that means. Time to party. Sam is having a good time, watching sports, drinking beer, playing Pong. Not a care in the world for Sam. Nobody at the party stops Sam. They let him walk out the door with his keys, even though he was stumbling, having a hard time to stand up. What happened less than 10 minutes later would change Sam's life forever.
You're watching WCTV, where we aim to bring you the best local coverage of what you care about most. Everything from local businesses to hometown sports and the latest weather. We're keeping up to date with what you need to know about issues that affect our campus and our community. We're telling the stories that matter, celebrating our past, our future, and our potential. So tune in for all the latest buzz right here on WCTV Channel 14, Waynesburg.
Have you ever been to the Everly Library? If not, you should, because it's great. They have books of all different genres: history, biography, fiction. Try The Evolution of Life, Life of Pi, or Jurassic Park. So what if books aren't your thing? Try movies like Frozen, or TV shows like Lost. Books and DVDs aren't the only thing though. Take a trip to the second floor. Welcome to the Writing Center. These tutors will tell you everything you need to know about writing a paper, and they'll help revise your essays. Now let's head back down. Behold, the Knox Learning Center. Need to print something out 5 minutes before your next class because you procrastinated? No problem. You can also print off pictures of dogs. Because, well, you can. So grab your homework, laptop, and textbook, and study diligently. Bring your lunch too. Actually, you can't. That's illegal. Now you know the Everly Library. Stop by anytime. Seriously, it's open all week.
fade up to camera 3 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, take it.
It's a Saturday night. You know what that means. Time to party. Sam is having a good time, watching sports, drinking beer, playing pong. Not a care in the world for Sam. Nobody at the party stopped Sam. They let him walk out the door with his keys, even though he was stumbling, having a hard time to stand up. What happened less than 10 minutes later would change Sam's life forever.
Piracy is a crime. If you see someone downloading copyrighted material without paying for it, then you should inform the authorities immediately. If you download any copyrighted material from the internet without paying for it, then you should go to jail.
As the games begin to get more critical. Not a great start so far, Jared Weicker, but it was a fantastic game for the girls basketball team against Westminster, as these two teams, the Waynesburg men's basketball team, will face the Westminster men's basketball team here in the second game of our doubleheader here on the Waynesburg University Sports Network. I'm Austin Bechtel, joined alongside Jared Weicker. And Jared, what has gotten me tongue twisted was the game that we witnessed right before this with the Yellow Jackets down early to Westminster, coming back and getting the lead in the final seconds on a Brooke Fuller shot that was good right near the basket. But it was all for nothing as a bank shot went in on the play for Camden Hergenrother to be able to win it for the women's basketball game. And it's going to be hard to top it, but how do the men do that in a battle between two teams right at the top of the PAC standings? It's currently in 4th place, Westminster, and 5th for Waynesburg.
Yeah, I certainly don't blame you for being very excited from the result of that women's game, Austin. But for the men tonight, well, it's going to have to be a big rebound tonight in Game 2 matchup against Westminster this season. The first one didn't go so hot for Waynesburg back on January 18th. It was a 71-51 win for Westminster in that game. Jansen Knotts for Waynesburg scored 18 of the team's 51 points. And Daniel Ritter led Westminster with 17 points, along with Reese Leone, who also had a very good game with 16 points. So for Waynesburg, just as usual, in the first matchup, Jansen Knotts, as I said, 18 points, but Matt Popek in that game, only 9 points. So it's the usual same old business for Waynesburg. Matt Popek needs to have a good game, which we know he normally does. He averaged 21 points a game. But, of course, other guys need to step up for Waynesburg here tonight.
Also looking for 21 points in the game tonight, Daniel Ritter, who stands exactly 21 points away from 1,000 for his career, the senior from North Lima, Ohio. This is a Westminster team coming into this game 13-8 overall, and in the PAC 12-5. And Yellow Jackets behind them, as we mentioned, currently sitting in 5th, 12-9 overall and 8-6 in the conference. Looking to try to get something going as Waynesburg's lost the last 2 games to the top 2 teams in the conference standings, to Chatham 61-49 right here at the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse. And then on Wednesday at Washington and Jefferson, 68-63. Yellow Jackets falling to Washington and Jefferson in that one. But beginning a 4-game homestand to close out the season in a primetime late-night tip-off as we had the PAC Championships for wrestling earlier today, beginning at 10 o'clock, being hosted at the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse. And then women's basketball beginning the late-night action at 6:30 with the Thriller. And tonight's men's basketball action between the Westminster Titans and the Waynesburg University Yellow Jackets. Your starting lineups for both teams. First for Westminster, junior guard wearing number 0, Tyler James. Senior guard number 1, the aforementioned Daniel Ritter. Sophomore guard number 3, Reese Leone. Senior forward number 32, Josh Hutcherson. And senior guard number 33, Anthony Ritter. Daniel Ritter and Anthony Ritter, twin brothers on this team for Westminster. And for your Waynesburg University Yellow Jackets, as always, the starting 5 goes. Senior guard wearing number 5, Matt Popek. Sophomore guard wearing number 11, Bryson Wilt. Junior guard number 15, Ryan Felberg. Sophomore guard forward wearing number 22, Jansen Knotts. And a graduate forward from Allegheny College, now to Waynesburg, number 24, John Kirkman. What are you looking forward to most in this game, Jared, as we're just about set for tip-off?
Well, definitely looking forward to see how Waynesburg can respond in the second matchup. Kind of as I mentioned before, I see the team there getting hyped up. We know Coach Fusina is ready to win. We know Waynesburg's ready to avenge that first loss early in the season. We need to see guys step up, and tonight I would even dare say play above their points potential for guys like Najan Kirkman and Jansen Knotts. Najan Kirkman has been lights out for Waynesburg this season. We need more of that tonight.
Kirkman came into the last couple of games averaging a double-double. Now has dropped in the rebounds department to 9.6 per game, still averaging 12 points exactly offensively. And you mentioned the 21 points for Popek. He's been averaging, and Jansen Knotts right at 12 as well. Daniel Ritter just a bit over 17.5 in this game for his season. As we get ready to go, your officials tonight, Shane Snyder, George Jackson, Scott Deeringer. So we're ready to go as Tyler James will jump it up with Kirkman at midcourt. This game between the 4 and 5 seeds in the PAC is underway, with Westminster winning it right off the tip. With it, Reese Leone. They move it, Anthony Ritter to Leone. Reese Leone Looking for Daniel Ritter. He's got it. Down low now. Hutcherson swinging it around. Leone will try a triple. That one's off the rim and rebounded goes to Popek. Popek up the floor. That's Felberg at half court. Now trying to get Felberg moved through traffic. Bryson Wilt has it. Moves to the top of the floor. Now goes to Popek. Right near the Westminster bench. Goes to Knotts. 10 on the shot clock. Knotts to Wilt. Bryson Wilt, right side wing. Back to the middle. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Kirkman will try a three from the left side. That one's off the mark. Rebound goes to Daniel Ritter. Now with it, Reese Leone. Picked up by the masked Ryan Felberg with that face protection. Leone looks for an outlet. Goes down low. He's got Daniel Ritter. Ritter guarded by Wilt. Swing pass to James. Tyler James just inside the three-point arc. Just a little bit short, and Kirkman clears it. Now back on the other end, Felberg. Just over a minute gone by in this first half. Knotts to Wilt. Now Knotts again. He'll try it. Foot on the three-point line. Off the mark. Kirkman tries to tip it. Back in control, Leone. They move the tempo. Kick back to Leone as they set up. Daniel Ritter swings it. Anthony Ritter. The brothers play catch. Back to Daniel. Fakes on a three-pointer. Back to Anthony. He'll try a three left side of the floor. That's off the back iron, and the rebound goes to Bryson Wilt. So a ton of empty opportunities so far for both sides, as it's now in the possession of Bryson Wilt. Wilt led the team with 16 points in the last game against W&J. 68-63 loss to the Presidents. Now down low, Knotts. Felberg, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Bryson Wilt, down low, good feed to Popek. He gets blocked, but a foul is called as Matt Popek hits the deck, and the first foul of the game will go on Anthony Ritter.
Yeah, Anthony Ritter there able to make the stop, but then of course the foul. So it's just been a very fast-paced game here so far. I know from talking with Coach Fusina earlier through this season, a super high-action, fast-paced game is certainly something that the Waynesburg Yellow Jackets don't normally like to play.
Matt Popek splashes home the first free throw, an 80% free throw shooter. Leads this Yellow Jackets team with 21 points per game and makes them both. So Waynesburg starts out with the lead. 2-0, and now Reese Leone has it. Plays catch with Hutcherson. Now Daniel Ritter fakes on a shot, drives all the way basket, loses control of it, kicks it back out. Swing pass goes down low. Tyler James at the left side block, tries to make a move. Popek knocked it free. Now Jansen Knott's in there, and he'll get called for the foul as he reached in on Tyler James. And that'll be the first foul on Waynesburg, credited to Jansen Knotts. So out of bounds, right near the left side block to throw it in Leone. And they go quickly to Hutcherson. Josh Hutcherson, down low, good feed, and an open shot for Anthony Ritter at the right side block goes for the first points for Westminster. So 2-2 game. Ryan Felberg at half court. Moves to the right side. Felberg, back out Wilt. Wilt to Knotts, right side of the wing. Guarded by James. Back to Popek. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Popek, he'll try a three-pointer. That one's money ball for Matt Popek. He's got all 5 points so far, as under 3 minutes have gone by in this first half, and Waynesburg with a 3-point lead. With it now, Hutcherson. They go to Tyler James. Leone. Anthony Ritter moving it. Trying to go down low. Hutcherson, left side block. Kirkman's there with him, and a foul called on Kirkman. It looked like he reached in as well, and will pick up his first.
It's great to see Matt Popek on fire here in this game. Mentioned in the pregame, only 9 points in the first matchup, 5 already here tonight.
Talked to Popek before the game and talked about the hard work that goes into this season, as that three-pointer is missed right off the inbounds by Anthony Ritter. Had a wide open shot, wasn't able to convert. Now Popek on the other end. Step back, fakes a three. Bryson Wilt now at the foul line, goes to Knotts. Head fake inside the paint. Knotts, turnaround, nifty move off the glass and in. Jansen Knotts gets on the board. First score other than Popek for Waynesburg, and a 7-2 lead. Anthony Ritter with it, right near the Waynesburg bench. Trying to go to his brother Daniel. He's got it now. Reese Leone, they go down low. Hutcherson, guarded by Kirkman again. Hutcherson, spin move. Off the rim, misses. Kirkman battles for it and gets it. Cleared out to Fellberg. Waynesburg at first pushing the tempo. Now Fellberg will slow down a little bit. Goes to Bryson Wilt. Now Popek. Matt Popek, guarded by Leone at the foul line. Backs it out. Not. Now Fellberg. Back out Popek. Kirkman thinks about a three. Left side of the wing. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Bryson Wilt has to put up a shot. He'll pull it up, and he'll just not be able to get it to go. In and out for Wilt on his first shot attempt. And now quickly down low, that pass for James out of his hands and into the hands of Wilt. Now Popek. Popek guarded by Anthony Ritter. To Kirkman outside the three-point arc at the right side of the floor. Will pull it. That's off. And Tyler James gets the board. Quickly up the floor goes Westminster. Daniel Ritter, 21 points tonight for 1,000. Making a move, Hutcherson. That one rims in after bouncing a couple times for his first points. Bryson Wilt, guarded by Daniel Ritter. Now Knotts. Fellberg down low. Knotts now back to the middle of the floor. Goes to Bryson Wilt. Wilt to Kirkman. Kirkman, open shot. He'll drive the lane. Bounce pass. Knotts going up into the air. Tyler James falling on Jansen Knotts. A foul will be called on James. That is his first. Second team foul on Westminster. 2 team fouls for each team. And substitutions for each team. Andrew Clark and Jordan Zupko check in. Also in for Waynesburg, Jake Scheidt. Wilt to inbound. Gets it to Scheidt. Fresh off the bench, now Popek. Now here's Wilt to Fellberg. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Matt Popek. Popek drives. Left side block. Off the glass, doesn't go. And a clear out in the direction of Zupko. Zupko's pass gets kicked by Bryson Wilt and out of bounds on the baseline. So 14:09 left in this first half of action. A 7-4 lead. Waynesburg up by 3 here on the Waynesburg University Sports Network. Reese Leone will inbound it. Bounce pass goes to Hutcherson. Left side of the block, guarded by Knotts. Can't go high off glass. A little bit too strong. And now Popek brings it up. Matt Popek to Knotts. Jansen Knotts, dribble move to Scheidt. Bryson Wilt, left side of the floor. Now Knotts again, swinging at Popek. Matt Popek all the way to the basket, right hand, it goes right off the top of the square. Matt Popek give him 7 of the 9 points. Reese Leone gets a screen from Hutcherson. Leone down low. Hutcherson has it. Guarded by Knotts. Post position. Bryson Wilt knocks it away. Now he's got control of it. Wilt has Fellberg with him. Jake Scheidt trailing as well as he backs it out to the right side wing. Popek. Dribble move. Inside. Left hand. He gets it to go again. Matt Popek. 9 points and a timeout called by Westminster. A 30-second timeout by Westminster as Matt Popek on fire to begin this game.
Yeah, and it's great to see Matt Popek doing that, but a lot of it starts in the defensive zone for Waynesburg. The team is all over Josh Hutcherson down low in the paint. That turns into the transition game, getting the ball down the court for the offense and then letting Matt Popek do his thing.
Strong student section as well here for the Yellow Jackets. Here in this game between two teams jostling for position in the PAC standings. Westminster 12-5 and Waynesburg 8-6, and the Yellow Jackets finishing out their regular season with 4 home games, beginning tonight against Westminster, followed by Teal on Monday, Bethany on Wednesday, and then Geneva to round it out on February 19th. Tyler James inbound it. Ryan Fellberg picks up Reese Leone full court. And an 11-4 game, 13-16 left to go here in this first half. First timeout used by either team, credited to Westminster. With it, Reese Leone. Leone to Daniel Ritter. Ritter, foul line jumper, pulls up, high arcing shot, doesn't go, and Popek grabs the board. Matt Popek looks to move in transition, goes to Felberg. Ryan Felberg with Popek moving down low. Felberg to Jake Scheit. Now Wilt. Wilt outside the three-point arc to Popek. Popek fakes on the shot, gets hit and gets fouled as he was just entering the paint on that shot attempt. And Matt Popek will go back to the free throw line. Foul going on 24, Jordan Zupko. So Matt Popek, an electrifying start so far here tonight. Trying to make it double digits. Already well beyond Westminster's point total. And he adds on. Now double figures for Popek with 10. As fresh subs will come back onto the floor. Josh Hutcherson and Anthony Ritter return. Popek second free throw up and also perfect. So now 11 points for Matt Popek of the 13. The only other scorer being Jansen Knott. And already outpacing Westminster by a large margin. With it now Reese Leone, but a whistle first for a moving screen called on Anthony Ritter. An illegal screen will have another turnover for Westminster. And they'll bring in another new substitution. Tyler James returns for Anthony Ritter. Second foul on Ritter. So 14 fouls for Westminster, 2 for Waynesburg. Yellow Jackets with possession, brought up by Ryan Felberg. Felberg to Scheit. Back Felberg. Knotts right near the baseline. Jansen looks down low, has Bryson Wilt. Wilt inside the paint, backs up, jumper off the front of the rim, and rebounded by James. They outlet quickly to Reese Leone, picked up by Felberg. Swinging it around, James has it, kick. Clark, he'll try a three ball off the back iron, Popek clears. In transition, Waynesburg's got Felberg. Popek goes to Scheit. Now Bryson Wilt. Fakes a straight on three, now back Felberg. Right at the Waynesburg University letters on the court. Scheit, Knott, pull up jumper, got it. Jansen Knott's the only other scorer other than Matt Popek. Now give him 4 points. He's tied Westminster, and it's a 15-4 game. Kirkman set to check in, as well as John Tastinger for the first time here tonight. But first, Hutcherson down low, right near the right side block, guarded by Knotts, backs him down, kicks it out. Clark swings it. Ritter, air ball for Daniel Ritter on that shot. Left off the score sheet so far tonight. Ritter averaging about 17.5 points per game. Has not gotten anything to go so far. Bryson Wilt just inside the three-point arc. Splash for Bryson Wilt for his first points on the left side baseline. And a 17-4 lead for the Yellow Jackets. A great start for Waynesburg.
Yeah, and Waynesburg just all over Westminster, shooting Westminster 2 for 9 in field goals, 0 for 3 from 3 points.
Hutcherson missed. Rebound goes to Clark, and a whistle before a pass attempt. We're going to get a foul on Waynesburg down low. It's going to go on Jake Scheit. That's his first. So John Tastinger checks in. 6'4" freshman guard, as well as Kirkman coming back. Inbound goes to Clark. Andrew Clark goes to Daniel Ritter. The 6'4" senior guard with it, guarded by Bryson Wilt. Makes a move and kicks it now, Zupko. Zupko, it got knocked away. Wilt was there, but he gets it back. Zupko, left side block. Nifty move to get inside and finish at the basket. Jake Scheit with it. Steps back, fakes a three. Now goes to Kirkman. Kirkman gets past his defender. Kirkman, move inside, just gets it to go with a soft touch. Bouncing off the rim and in for Kirkman. 19-6 your score. Leone driving all the way to the basket. Foul first as he got hit, falling towards the side, falling towards the baseline, and Foul's going to go on Ryan Felberg. Felberg's first, team's fourth. Felberg, Knotts, Kirkman, and Scheit all with 1 for the Yellow Jackets. So throwing it in at the right side block. Clark with it now up top. Goes to Daniel Ritter, who was the inbounder at the left side of the floor. Now moving with it, Leone, guarded by Felberg. Leone, jumper, can't get it. Kirkman clears again. Here comes Ryan Felberg. Right near the near side of the floor, back to the middle. Felberg to Tafsinger. Now Kirkman. Kirkman fakes, drives, left side of the floor, off the glass and in. Double teamed, it didn't matter for Kirkman as he now has 4 points. 21-6 the lead for Waynesburg. Moving it now, Zupko. Swinging it, Daniel Ritter will try a three-pointer, still off the score sheet. Felberg brings it up, near side of the floor. Ryan Felberg gets a screen from Kirkman. Now back to Kirkman, down low, Jake Scheit. Kirkman, Felberg, three-pointer straight on, off the front iron. And the rebound cleared by Leone. He brings it up, Daniel Ritter. Double teamed, Leone. Now Zupko. Fake, drive to the basket, left hand finishes. Good move to get to the left side block and score. Scheit, Tafsinger, fakes on a three. Drives inside, back out to Scheit. Swings it, Bryson Wilt. Left side, deep corner, three-pointer, misses. And the rebound goes to Hutcherson. So 8:24 in the first half. 21-8, Waynesburg leads it. Reese Leone swinging it to the corner. Three-pointer up for Andrew Clark, and that one's a money ball at the right side of the floor as Westminster has now reached double figures to make it a 21-11 game. A 10-point lead for Waynesburg, and a timeout called by head coach Tim Jusina. 4 fouls apiece for these two teams. Now 5 timeouts remaining for both. Matt Popek leading the game with 11 points, including 4 of those at the free throw line. 4 points for Jansen Knotts and DeJon Kirkman as well. Foul trouble for Waynesburg. Felberg, Knotts, Kirkman, Scheit all with 1. Anthony Ritter with 2 for Westminster. Daniel Ritter's been left out the score sheet so far, needing 21 points tonight to reach 1,000 for his career. Westminster coming into today overall at 13-8 and 10-5 in the PAC compared to the Yellow Jackets, 12-9 and 8-6 in conference action. Yellow Jackets ball out of the timeout. Matt Popek with control of it, right near the far side of the court. Popek gets it back. Takes on a three, now Scheit. Back to Popek. Popek on the perimeter. Tafsinger fakes a three. They give it back to him. Head nod again to Jake Scheit. He'll pull a three-pointer from the right side of the floor. That's a money ball for Jake Scheit. That's his first points as he hits from downtown and makes it 24-11. Fake three from Anthony Ritter. Back into this game with the 2 fouls. Clark and Ritter play catch with it. Anthony Ritter up top. Backs up. Looks for an outlet. Hutcherson. He drives inside. Guarded by Kirkman. Hutcherson puts it up off the glass. Doesn't go. Clark on the follow. Rather, James on the follow is able to get that to go. Tyler James' first points. So now Scheit to Knotts. Back to Scheit. Jansen Knotts again. Scheit gets a screen from Kirkman. They go down low. Kirkman's there. Shot way off, but the rebound now cleared out to Popek. Faking on the shot. Matt Popek, jumper. That got blocked on the way to the hoop, and the rebound goes to Hutcherson. Back to Anthony Ritter. He'll bring it up. In a 24-13 game. Swung over. James throws it to Kirkman. Another turnover for Westminster as Popek brings it up, and Bryson Wilt is set to check back into this game. Up to Kirkman outside the three-point arc. Jake Scheit to Knotts. Now Kirkman, he'll try a long 2. That's off the mark. Last touch, though, by Waynesburg. And Westminster will have it with 6:21 to go in this first half in a 24-13 game. And Bryson Wilt
re-entering.
You can clearly see Waynesburg's plan defensively in this one being all over Josh Hutcherson. There's been several times there's been 3-4 Waynesburg defenders down low for them, and it's worked so far, I would say. 5 players for Westminster, only 4 of them, each with 1 basket. Jordan Zupko with 2.
With it now, Leon. They swing it around. Corner 3 for Anthony Ritter. A little bit too short. Kirkman rebounds to Popek. 6 minutes left in the half. Matt Popek with Bryson Wilt, Jansen Knotts, Jake Scheidt, and Jean Kirkman. Knotts calling for it, now gets it. Outside the three-point arc to Wilt. A lot of perimeter passing for the Jackets. Now 10 seconds. Kirkman down low, good feed to Knotts. Knotts in traffic, it's blocked by Tyler James, but he gets it back. Now Popek, 3 seconds on the shot clock. Matt Popek for 3 just off the back iron, and it bounces around into the favor of Westminster. Reese Leon, the 5'10" sophomore guard, swings it. Anthony Ritter, he gets it back. Down low, Hutcherson, left side block guarded by Kirkman, and a foul called on Kirkman. That's going to be his second. They were fighting for position down low. Goes as the 5th team foul on the Yellow Jackets. 4 in the game so far for Westminster, and out of bounds at the left side block. They go quickly in. Hutcherson gives it back to Leon. Leon will pull up on the jumper. Too short. And the clear out once again off the rebound from Jake Scheidt. Ryan Feldberg also set to re-enter for the Yellow Jackets at the scorer's table as Jake Scheidt thinks about a 3, backs out to Wilt. Kirkman, top of the key. Move into the paint. Kirkman spins, pull up, back iron again. And Waynesburg a little long on their last few shots. It's now Anthony Ritter all the way to the basket. Good defense by Bryson Wilt, and he stepped out of bounds as Waynesburg will take it after Ritter got caught on the baseline.
Just a great defensive play there, and we've seen this during this whole first half. Westminster only shooting 28% so far.
Matt Popek with 11 points. Over to Wilt, wearing number 11. Back to Popek. Knotts, right side elbow, got it knocked away by Leon. Good play by Reese Leon to poke that free and give his team another offensive opportunity. Daniel Ritter makes Wilt fall down, and a whistle called as Daniel Ritter traveled before the shot attempt. So a lot of things going on in that play, but resulting in Waynesburg ball in the hands of Ryan Feldberg. 5 different scorers for the Yellow Jackets in this game. Feldberg gets it to one of them. Jansen Knotts with 4 points, goes back to Feldberg. Right side of the floor, Ryan Feldberg. Inside, Knotts looks for a feed. Right side block, inside, Jansen Knotts, nice move to get inside to be able to put that off the glass from the left side of the floor. Leon. Move inside, right side elbow goes to Hutcherson. Hutcherson down low, kicks it out. Daniel Ritter, 3-pointer left side of the floor. That rims off. Deflected out of bounds by Jake Scheidt. Tyler James was also there. Scheidt battling with the 6'6" James. And out of bounds at the right side block for Westminster. So it goes to James. Not Andrew Clark. Reese Leon. Down low. Good feed. Clark gets fouled and count it. As Andrew Clark records his 5th point of the night and will try to make it 6 at the free throw line. Foul goes on Jake Scheidt. That's his 2nd. So Kirkman and Scheidt both in a little bit of foul trouble with 2 fouls. Clark trying to make this a 10-point game. And he does as he splashes at home to give himself now 6 points. Tastinger returns. And now in the hands of Ryan Feldberg. Feldberg getting pressured. Now Wilt. Bryson Wilt, double team to the left side corner. Gets it to Popek. Popek, ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westminster, so another chance for Waynesburg with it. Tastinger, Popek, Feldberg, Knotts, Wilt, the 5 for the Jackets. Goes to Popek. Now back over the timeline again. Popek to Wilt. Jansen Knotts, pull up just inside the three-point arc, misses. The rebound is cleared, now in the hands of Leon. Swinging it now, Clark. Clark to the corner, Anthony Ritter. Ritter back to the middle of the floor. Kicks it down low, nice feed for Tyler James. His spin move, up and good, as James now records his second basket and cuts this under 10 to 8 points. 26-18 in the hands of Popek. Now Ryan Felberg, right side of the floor, three-pointer, a little bit to the left of the rim. Battle for it. Tastinger gets it. And now Wilt. Knotts, right side elbow. Tastinger makes a nice move. Tastinger to the hoop. Now a shot from Knotts. That one goes. Jansen Knotts on the jumper. Give him 8 points. Back to a 10-point lead, 28-18, and a timeout called by Westminster with 2:34 to go in this first half.
What a spin move by John Tastinger there. Reese Leon hitting the deck on that one to set up the score.
So a good game so far here at the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse, 28-18, between two teams right next to each other in the President's Athletic Conference standings. Westminster at 13-8 overall, having a good season of their own. And also Waynesburg at 8-6 in the PAC and 12-9 overall.
See the students section enjoying the game tonight. It is pajama night for them. See a lot of them. Shout out to Chris Agnew there. What a guy. He came prepared tonight. Love to see it.
As well as the Jackets, who have been on point in this game so far here today. They've played exceptionally well. As teams returning to the floor after the timeout, and we really have seen a good performance from Waynesburg today, led by Popek with his 11 points, and also Jansen Knotts with 8. Combine those two scores together, and it's more than Westminster has.
Yeah, and we'll definitely need to see more of that going through the game. Still early here in this first half. Still got a long amount of time left in this one.
So with it now, Reese Leon. Gets a screen from James. Leon, pull-up jumper, left side of the elbow. He's got it. That's his first points. As Leon cuts it back to 8 again. Popek swings it. Wilt. Bryson Wilt, guarded by Daniel Ritter. Now Felberg, right side of the floor. Outside the three-point arc at the wing. Tastinger sends it over. Felberg. They go to Wilt. Popek again. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Popek thinks about a three. Pulls a three. Straight on. He's got it again. Matt Popek hits the three from downtown to give him now 14 points. Daniel Ritter swinging at Leon. They move it. Leon gets it back. Guarded by Felberg. Leon, baseline. Nice pass to get it to Daniel Ritter. Fakes inside left hand and scores his first bucket of the night. Daniel Ritter on the score sheet. 31-22. 1:20 to go in the half. Popek with it. Now Wilt. Goes down low. Moving it now Popek. 8 seconds. Matt Popek swinging it. Felberg. He'll pull a three. Left side of the floor. Can't get it. Under a minute to go. And Tastinger is called for the foul. And that's his first as he ran into, I believe it was Reese Leon on that play.
And going back to that basket by Daniel Ritter for Westminster, we'll see if he finally gets the monkey off the back and able to get going here. Of course, as we mentioned, he was 21 shy of 1,000 coming into it. We'll see. Maybe that loomed over him. He finally got his first basket, though.
That going down as the 7th team foul on the Yellow Jackets. Only 4 for Westminster with 54.9 to go. And 1-1 to the line for Andrew Clark. And he can't get the first. Rebound for the Yellow Jackets. Tastinger was the one to get it. Now Knott. Over to Felberg. Matt Popek. Felberg has an open shot, passes it up. Tassinger thinks about it. Now Popek. 10 seconds. Popek steps back, pulls up a three. Matt Popek can't get it to go. Felberg tries to tip it. Loose ball. Goes to Westminster. Up the floor, Leone. Swings it. Daniel Ritter, three-pointer near the Waynesburg bench. Misses. Rebound goes to Jansen Knott. Out of his hands. And it's last touched by Westminster off the hands of Andrew Clark. Shot clock turned off. 20.9 in this first half to go. In the hands of Matt Popek. Popek guarded by Leone. With it at the right side of the floor. Passing her down low. Knott rejected on that play by Zupko.
Zupko able to get the hand up there, block that one. Great play. Only 5 seconds left in this first half.
5.7 to go. 31-22 the score. Inbounds. Bryson Wilt to Knott. They go to Popek. Clock winding down. Matt Popek gets inside. Whistles beforehand, signaling a travel as Popek was driving to the basket with 1.4 left on the clock. Full court pass, looking for James, and it goes out of bounds. Doesn't touch anybody, and the Yellow Jackets will get a chance at it. Back underneath their basket to be able to score. Make sure to stick around for the halftime interview with head wrestling coach Ron Headley, who's going to be retiring after this year. Into Popek, into Felberg, off the glass, doesn't go. High off the glass as Ryan Felberg can't get his first point just yet. But at the end of the first half, Waynesburg University Yellow Jackets out in front of the Westminster Titans, 31-22 here at the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse. We'll be back for the second half of action, but make sure to tune in for the Headley interview here on the Waynesburg University Sports Network.
Welcome back. I'm Riley Holsinger, joined alongside by Waynesburg head wrestling coach Ron Headley. Coach, thank you so much for joining me here.
Always a pleasure, Riley. I enjoy talking with you, and anything we can do for Waynesburg University comm department, you guys do a great job here.
And it's the first President's Athletic Conference tournament back for you guys in a couple seasons here. Just how great is it to be back in wrestling in this tournament?
Yeah, it's I'm looking forward to it, just being back home, and it's always exciting, the PAC tournament. You never know, everybody gets gears up for that a little bit more, I think, and you never know what the other team's going to bring, so it's always an exciting time.
And earlier this season, you ended up announcing that you're going to be retiring at the end of the season here. So how nice is it kind of almost cap off your season with an event here at home? Now you still have regionals and nationals hopefully coming up soon here, but at least you get to have the PAC tournament back at home here in Waynesburg.
Yeah, it is. It's nice that, having it home for the last event from here, and hopefully we're going to have some alumni guys coming back. So looking forward to just seeing some guys that, won some titles here at Waynesburg, and those meant a lot to me as a coach here. So having them in the gym and just with our guys, it's been a tough year, but, I'm just looking forward to them giving us our best on Saturday.
And you've spent a very lengthy career in coaching, not only here at Waynesburg University, also spent some time at Waynesburg Central, Jefferson Morgan. What ultimately got you into coaching?
That's probably one of the main reasons I went to school. I wrestled, and then right afterwards, I graduated, and my old junior high coach asked if I wanted to be a part of it. And after that, I just really loved the coaching part, and I get so much more enjoyment out of watching guys accomplish their goals and coaching than I ever did as an athlete myself. And it's just something I've enjoyed even at the high school level, just coaching different sports and just working I just think you get to know the students a little bit better, and just that relationship means a lot. Not just the wins, losses, the competitions, but just getting to see them in different lights, and those things mean a lot to me.
And how tough do you think that is going to be for you to walk away from at the end of the season?
It'll definitely be different next year, just not having to worry about, hey, who's going to make weight, who am I going to have for this match, those kind of things. Those are things that probably won't miss as much, but just the one-on-one time, just being in the room and having fun with guys and enjoying that part. Those are the things that I definitely will miss.
And one coach that's been by your side for the majority of your coaching career, John Yates, just explain a little bit more of the relationship between you two.
It's just, he was the high school head coach, and when my boys started back in junior high coming up through, I said, hey, I'd like to just help with that program. Took me on. Then I went up with my younger son when he got to the high school level, and John and I just seem like we've always been on the same page. We think a lot alike, and I can't think of a better technician in the room. And just having him come back this last year and helping with our program again means a lot. He started here with me, and that's the whole reason I took the job. I said, hey, if you'll come on, I'll take the job here. And he's just like another head coach. He knows the sport so well and works so well with our guys. It's just meant a lot to have him.
And another coach that you've spent a lot of time with recently, assistant coach Gennaro Bonaventura, just how great has it been working with him over the past couple of years?
Really good. G's taken on a lot of the responsibility as just like a head coach. Like does a lot of, the social media thing he's just really good at. And if you ask anybody, he knows every wrestler from everywhere, scouting, doing those, recruiting, and he's just done an awesome job with that. I can't say enough about how much he's done for our program.
And then over your coaching career here, not only at Waynesburg, Jefferson Morgan, or Waynesburg Central, you got to coach a lot of successful and accomplished wrestlers. Everybody points at Kerry Colac, Coleman Scott, and even recently, Jake Evans. Just how blessed are you to be able to coach some really incredible athletes and wrestlers?
I think you hit it exactly right, Riley. I feel blessed. I think God's just put me in a good place here at Waynesburg, and I just give him the glory because it's not me. I just think the people that I just try to surround myself with good people and good coaches and guys that work hard in the room. We just try to get the best out of them. I just, really think that I've been blessed here, and throughout, just, it could have been anyone in those shoes, and just I always just look at it as just trying to guide them to have the best success they can have.
And I remember in an interview a couple years ago that I ended up having with you, is you said one of your favorite things about coaching wasn't really being able to coach those successful guys. Now, that's obviously a great part of coaching when you have athletes that are that incredible, but it's also those guys in the wrestling room that work hard. And the one guy that pops to mind for me right now is Corey Supon. Guys like those. What really makes you like coaching guys like that?
Just that, they're not just about themselves. They're about the whole team aspect, and they'll do anything to help other people. And, you just know those kind of guys are going to be successful when they get later in life in a job. And if I was an employer looking for someone like that to hire, that they're going to give you everything in the workplace because and he just would do anything, never miss practice, always there. And there's the time commitment that they put in and not seeing a whole lot, success on the mat, but just otherwise, it just says volumes of what they do. And, we've had so many of those guys that just contributed like that. And that's why it's been, for me, even Jefferson, Waynesburg, and here, all those kind of things. From the lowest wrestler we had, the most successful, those things those I'll never forget, every one of them.
And your son, wrestling runs in your family as well. Your son was a very accomplished wrestler as well. Now an assistant coach at Pitt. And you also got to work with him a little bit here at Waynesburg University as an assistant coach while he was here. Just how great was it that you were able to work with your son in wrestling?
It was a lot of fun. That very first year, he was still training at West Virginia and would come into our room and work out. And, it was just a great opportunity for me as a dad and get to see him. And now just going and watching him at Pitt, and we talk after the matches, we talk after that, and just talk about the pros and cons, things that could have done better at the matches. And it's just one thing that I always loved about that, that we have that great relationship, and he's went on and done well at the coaching level.
And I know this is probably a tough question to ask you here through all your years coaching and all the probably great moments that you've had, but if you had to pick one favorite moment in coaching, what would it be and why?
I'm not sure if there would be one. I know that question comes up a lot. Is there one particular thing and I can't say that there is one. I mean, there's highlights. I mean, I look back at the Teal and W&J matches a lot of times when we thought we weren't going to win and somehow we picked. I mean, even the last one 2 years ago over there that we didn't think that was going to be able to win. And then I can think the one time we're wrestling Teal and Anthony Bonaventura goes into overtime and then gets a fall, and just the excitement on our team bench and in the crowd, those kind of things, just really, and I can still, people had pictures of that, that excitement of everybody around, and those are things that do stand out a little bit about the program.
Yeah, and the last time that you ended up winning a President's Athletic Conference title, I was a part of the team back then, just a couple years ago, and it was kind of one of those moments as well where we were down in the finals and everything. We had a lot of people step up, Matt Lascola, Josh Kuslock, and then Jake Evans closes off the night. What will you remember most about that PAC title right there?
You said, I think we had a really bad first round and I can remember us just huddling together and just bringing everybody together and just saying, hey, we had a bad round, now we need to make up for it this round, and just seeing guys rally and just that, I think it makes it even more special when you think, we could have went the other way, could have hung heads a little bit, but I think everybody just pulled together and, that makes it even more special.
So this is another big question right here. What has wrestling ultimately taught you in life?
I've always said as a coach, I think the discipline of it, my dad always just told me that no matter what I do, try to do it the best of my ability. And I think you do that when people are watching and whenever you're by yourself or you're trying to plan things out. When people don't see it, I'm still trying to do the best that I possibly can. And we've had a rough year, and I feel bad for our guys with injuries and things like that, but still every day just trying to plan a practice, trying to get our guys motivated just to get through, because I still care for every one of those guys that, how hard they work, everyone.
And one final question right here. What is next for Coach Headley?
Well, I have 3 grandchildren, so I got one that's just going to be turning 5 in April, a little boy, so I'm anxious. I was just wrestling with him on this weekend at his house. He has a little mat, so looking forward to that and spending time. And then, just like you've coached, it's been 40 years. I started in '82, 40 years of coaching. And sometimes you feel like you weren't there for your family, sometimes missing some of their things. And I just want to be there for them and seeing their families grow up and spending time with them.
Well, thank you so much, Coach, for joining me here. And make sure you tune in to WCTV for more Waynesburg sports content.
Thanks, Charlie.
It's a Saturday night. You know what that means. Time to party. Sam is having a good time, watching sports, drinking beer, playing pong. Not a care in the world for Sam. Nobody at the party stopped Sam. They let him walk out the door with his keys, even though he was stumbling, having a hard time to stand up. What happened less than 10 minutes later would change Sam's life forever.
Welcome back to the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse. The Waynesburg University Yellow Jackets men's basketball team at halftime leading Westminster 31-22. And Austin, well, that first half clearly by the score, Waynesburg all over Westminster.
Yeah, and
Waynesburg really controlled, I think, the pace and the tempo really well throughout this game with, for a large variety of the first 10 minutes, Matt Popek scoring more points than Westminster even did. And just the way that they've gotten Popek involved, he's taken high efficient shots. They've had a lot of drives to the basket and a lot of good looks that the Yellow Jackets have been able to convert on, which is, I think, one of the big reasons why they've gotten off to where they are. And Westminster only shooting 34.5 from the field is also a big, big reason as to why the Titans are losing, including 1 of 10 from behind the three-point arc.
Yeah, and that's something that really sticks out when you only go 1 for 10 from the three-point line, especially for a team like Westminster, who has shown they are a really good team, 13-8 overall on the season. And, you know, you mentioned Matt Popek scoring more than Westminster in that first half. And, you know, Popek with 14 points, Jansen Knotts with 8 points in that first half. And for Westminster, the good news for Westminster, I would say, 7 players scoring in that first half, but really they've all been contained. The leading scorer, Andrew Clark, for Westminster in that first half was 6 points.
Right, and we knew how good Daniel Ritter was coming into this game, and he's been completely erased, really freezed out with only 2 points. But coming into today, needing 21 points to be able to reach 1,000 for his career, and he has not done anything. His twin brother Anthony Ritter also with 2 points. A lot of players for Westminster with just 2, with being both Ritters, Hutcherson, Leone. That's 4 out of the 5 starters, only contributing 2 points each, which is not going to be able to do it in a game that you only score 22 points. Coming into today, averaging just about 77 points per game.
Yeah, and for me, that's why Westminster is losing to Waynesburg, just flat out. We mentioned in the pregame, Westminster defeating Waynesburg in game 1 of the first matchup of the season, 71-51. And for Daniel Ritter, averaging over 17 points a game, only 2 in that first half. He's 5th in the PAC coming in this game for scoring, only 2 points. Even a guy like Reese Leone, 14 points averaging per game, and also only 2 points in that first half. The student section, you can see on screen, getting hyped up as we prepare to start the second half action here. Waynesburg up 31-22 over Westminster.
Ton of signs and flags in the student section tonight. It's a nice one right there in the front row.
Student section has certainly been a highlight this season. Lots of energy supporting the Yellow Jackets basketball. And we'll resume action here. Second half begins. Matt Popek inbounds to Ryan Fellberg. Bryson Wilt to Jansen Knotts. Knotts on the right side. Gives that to Popek to the basket, and that one stopped there. That one collected by Anthony Ritter. Reese Leone with it back to Anthony Ritter. Leone guarded by Fellberg, and down low to Hutcherson. That one collected by Najon Kirkman. Matt Popek with it over to Bryson Wilt, and he got it. Bryson Wilt for 3.
Wilt wide open on that shot, taking advantage of the space that Westminster gave him, and he's very capable of knocking down that shot.
Daniel Ritter with possession over to Anthony Ritter. Anthony Ritter gives it to Tyler James down low, and James loses it. Popek off to the races, and Popek tries to sneak it into the basket, is stopped. The whistle will stop play there, and it'll be a foul on Westminster.
Yeah, that's a late whistle, and it ends up going on Anthony Ritter, and he was complaining due in part to that being his 3rd foul, which is going to be huge, and Anthony Clark is set to check back in, more than likely for Ritter in foul trouble.
And Popek, 15 points now after the free throw. And Matt Popek, second in the PAC for scoring coming into this game, averaging 21 points a game, shooting 80% from the free throw line, and he nails that one, 16 points for Matt Popek. Leon to Daniel Ritter, back to Leon. And Leon to Hutcherson, that one's no good. Mentioned before, Waynesburg all over Hutcherson down low, and it continues so far in the second half.
Kirkman's had a lot of success down there with him.
And Kirkman inside to the basket. That one doesn't go through. Westminster with possession, Leon. And Jensen Knott's able to get a piece of it, can't collect. Westminster, there's Daniel Ritter for three, no good. Ball goes out of play.
It was last touch by Kirkman. His right hand just deflected it, trying to collect that rebound.
So Westminster will keep possession just over 2 minutes into this second half. Waynesburg leading Westminster 36-22. The inbound there for Westminster. And Daniel Ritter tries to go to the rim, and that's a foul. Going to be on Waynesburg.
Yeah, it's going to go on Bryson Wilt. Just got his hand in there. Daniel Ritter trying to put that shot up.
So Bryson Wilt's first foul, and that'll send Daniel Ritter to the free throw line. Ritter only with 2 points so far, and he gets that one. Daniel Ritter shooting 83% from the free throw line. Now 87 for 105, he gets that. So 4 points for Daniel Ritter. Ryan Feldberg with possession over the timeline to Kirkman. Hand off to Feldberg, over to Jansen Knotts. Jackets able to keep possession after a couple hands from Westminster knocks it loose. Kirkman down low to Knotts, and that one's blocked.
Daniel Ritter got his hand in there.
Zubko with possession. Whistle will stop play.
They're going to get Kirkman, who's battling down low with Hutcherson.
So 3 fouls for Kirkman now. And we're not even 3 minutes into the second half, so something to watch for Najon Kirkman.
Remains in the game.
Westminster with possession, Leon for 3, and that one will go. Waynesburg with possession, Matt Popek. To Kirkman, to Knotts. And back to Jansen Knotts for 3, and that one will go. Jansen Knotts now 11 points after the 3 ball. Westminster with possession, Daniel Ritter to Leon. And a far 2, no good. Hutcherson trying to collect. Kirkman hits the deck. And that one will stay with Westminster.
Yeah, they're going to keep it on the possession arrow off the jump ball. Matt Popek was signaling to the official to try to call a timeout.
Officials talking things over top of the arc as see Kevin Soroki, Titans head coach, on your screen. Still sorting things out. Reese Leon getting ready to inbound. And Coach Fusina for the Jackets. You can see there he's always very animated on his side. This time trying to get an explanation. Student section doesn't like it.
They were trying to fix the shot clock. Signaling 20, it's on now.
And now the inbound. And that'll be a quick foul. Another one on Waynesburg. Jansen Knotts with the foul, his second. And now 3 fouls for Waynesburg in this second half, 1 for Westminster. Andrew Clark at the free throw line. That one doesn't go. Clark 1 for 3 here tonight from the free throw line. Shooting 64% on the season. And number 2 will go in. So 7 points for Clark now. An 11-point lead for Waynesburg. As the Jackets have possession now, it's Bryson Wilt. Felberg with possession to Jansen Knotts on the right side. Felberg with it to Matt Popek. Popek to Wilt for 3. And that one's off the iron, no good. Jansen Knotts trying to keep it in. Certainly an A for effort there, but that one doesn't work out for him. We've seen Jansen Knotts this season all over the court for Waynesburg, giving it his all. Certainly a guy that plays with a lot of heart. And Leon now for 3. That one's good. So Leon heating up here. 8 points now for him. 2 threes in the second half.
Yeah, he's really starting to pick it up, getting some open looks, taking advantage of it, and we're back under 10 again.
Popek to Kirkman. Down low to Knotts. And turns and scores. 13 points for Jansen Knotts. Inching closer to Popek, who leads the team in scoring with 16 so far. And another foul on Waynesburg.
Ends up going on Felberg, his second. He's trying to keep up with Leon, who has the hot hand.
So Waynesburg 4 fouls here now in the second half. Anthony Ritter will inbound. That one goes to Leon.
Jake Scheit also back for Waynesburg.
And Leon to Hutcherson. It's been a rough night for Hutcherson, but he does score there. 4 points for him now, 2 in each half. Kirkman with some space, along with Knotts. Kirkman will keep it to the rim. Knotts with the rebound. Gets it up, no good, but he gets the foul.
Physicality right there by Jansen Knotts. Be able to get that one. That's going to go on Hutcherson's first.
So Jansen Knotts at the line for the first time tonight. And the first one goes right through. 14 now for Jansen Knotts. Knotts shooting 61% on the season coming into today, 39 of 64. Averaging 5.7 rebounds and 11.9 points a game. He gets that one to go. Ten-point lead for the Jackets. Westminster now with possession. Anthony Ritter to Hutcherson, and now for 2, Andrew Clark. For 3, excuse me, number 2, Andrew Clark. He gets that one, and it's 10 for him. He's now hit double digits, the only scorer for Westminster now in the double digits.
Clark and Leon making sure that Waynesburg does not pull ahead to a lead that can't be fought back to for Westminster. They're really doing a good job of sticking with it, trading baskets, and slowly but surely chipping away with some more threes to really be able to counter the Waynesburg 2s.
It was a 31-22 lead for Waynesburg at the half, and Westminster has come out and now outscoring Waynesburg so far in the second half, 14-12. Waynesburg able to make all 4 of the free throws in this second half, and team overall is 8 for 8 in the game tonight. And that's certainly a strength we've seen for this Waynesburg team all season long. Jake Scheit with possession. Matt Popek to Jansen Knotts. And Bryson Wilt cuts to the paint and scores.
Very strong cut by Wilt to get inside, and just a quick pull-up jumper, exactly what you needed from close range.
Leone to Clark. Knots on Clark. Daniel Ritter trying to get Hutcherson. And a foul on Najon Kirkman, so he now has 4. And there's still 14 minutes left in the second half. Waynesburg now with 5 fouls.
And as a result, we're going to see Anton Baker for the first time tonight.
So something we've seen for Waynesburg this season. Anton Baker, the sophomore forward, 6'3". Westminster with possession, Leone. Top of the key to Andrew Clark. He's hot, and he misses that one. Clark making a 3 before that one, but now misses. Waynesburg with possession. Bryson Will to Matt Popek. Little room will keep it to the basket, and that one collected by Daniel Ritter on the rebound. Andrew Clark wide open, and that one blocked. Anton Baker says no. Popek down the other way. That one no good. Baker all over the place, keeps possession. Matt Popek now to Knotts, and he gets it to go.
What a wild last couple trips down the floor. Westminster was pleading for a potential goaltend as Baker was there defensively.
Westminster with possession, and Anthony Ritter no good there. Andrew Clark will collect the ball to Leone. Back to Clark for 3. That one off the iron. And Anthony Ritter taking inside.
We're going to get a foul, I think, on the rebound attempt.
So Jansen Knotts with the foul on that one. 3 for him now. 6 for Waynesburg in this second half. 2 fouls for Westminster so far. And substitution for Westminster. Tyler James back into the game. Josh Hutcherson now on the bench. Westminster looking to inbound. Leone to Daniel Ritter for 3, no good. And Anton Baker with the rebound.
Just in and out as Daniel Ritter just not been able to get much going.
Jansen Knotts to the rim. That one out of play. Jansen Knotts, though, does lead Waynesburg in scoring now. His last basket put him at 17. Matt Popek in second with 16. Waynesburg still up by 11 and now with possession. Matt Popek. That one in and out. Baker tries to get it to go. That can't.
Very athletic play by Baker to be able to go up that with that rebound and almost score with it.
And Daniel Ritter, a couple good moves down low, able to score. 6 points for him now. Bryson Wilt slowing things down for the Jackets offense. Gives it to Knotts. Loses it, but Popek will keep possession. Back to Wilt, over to Jake Scheidt on the right side. Cutting in to Popek. 6 seconds on the shot clock. And Wilt tries that one, no good off the rim. Baker turns and fires, no good. Daniel Ritter trying to go inside to Tyler James, and that play stopped. And a foul on Waynesburg.
Baker picks up only his first. Now, that being the 7th foul, will put Westminster at the line for the rest of this game.
So Tyler James to the free throw line. 4 points for James, all 4 coming in the first half. James with the free throw, that one goes. So 5 for James now for the 6'6" junior guard from Youngstown, Ohio, averaging over 10 points a game, 7.5 rebounds, 60% from the free throw line. And free throw number 2, no good. So Waynesburg up 8 as Jansen Knotts now in the paint, turns around and shoots. That one no good. Kept up in the air, goes to Baker.
Baker tipping that ball around to Scheidt, one of the big reasons why this possession stays.
And now a foul on Anthony Ritter, who doesn't like that one. And it's his 4th, so he's in trouble now. 4 fouls for Anthony Ritter, the senior. So now players on both sides. Anthony Ritter now with 4 fouls in this one, and Jean Kirkman with 4.
And an energetic student section letting him know.
And Tassinger can't get it to go. Westminster now with possession. Reese Leone over to Daniel Ritter. Anthony Ritter on the bench after getting his 4th foul. Leone down Andrew Clark, and John Tassinger falls to the floor on that one.
I think he's gonna be the one that picks up the foul, but Tassinger got hit in the face. Looks like maybe a little bit of an elbow from Clark, but that ends up being his 2nd.
So that'll send Andrew Clark back to the charity stripe. 2 for 4 so far tonight. And he makes that one 11 points now for him. And 3 for 5. Andrew Clark, the sophomore guard, 6'4" from New Middleton, Ohio. As that one won't go. Westminster collects though, still with possession. Zupko to now back to Andrew Clark. That one doesn't go. Matt Popek collects from the rebound. Popek to Scheidt to Tassinger. Halfway through the second half now. Bryson Wilt on the left side, back to Jansen Knotts, top of the arc. Bryson Wilt. Jake Scheidt now on the right side, cutting in, and he got it. So 5 points now for Jake Scheidt.
I've been thinking, Jared, just how the last couple of possessions have gone, and Westminster continuing to just stay in it and stick in it, that this was going to be a big possession for the Yellow Jackets, and Jake Scheidt proving it, another chance to make it 10 points again.
Jake Scheidt able to get the N1 opportunity, and he got it to go. So Andrew Clark with the last foul for Westminster. Jake Scheidt takes advantage. Waynesburg up 10, 9.5 left in the second half. Westminster loses possession. Daniel Ritter gets stripped of the ball, and now it's Waynesburg the other way. Jake Scheidt with some space for 3, and that one is no good. Reese Leone inside under the rim, gets the layup to go.
Great move by Leone in traffic to give him double figures now.
2 players now for the Titans in double digits, Andrew Clark and now Reese Leone. Waynesburg with possession. Bryson Wilt to Jake Scheidt. To Tassinger. Fights his way down low, but a whistle will stop it.
Called for the travel.
And now Westminster with possession. Reese Leone for a quick 3. That one off the rim, no good. Collected by Tassinger. Matt Popek on the right side with possession for Waynesburg. Over to Scheit, now to Tassinger for three. Off the rim. Not able to get the rebound. Zupko up to Ritter. Reese Leone. Motions Daniel Ritter, gives to Zupko. And now to Tyler James, who tries a quick one, unsuccessful. See Coach Tim Fusina for Waynesburg talking to his players in the offensive zone. And now Jensen Knotts turns on Tyler James, can't get that to go. And whistle will stop it. Westminster with some substitutions.
Yeah, Jensen Knotts just traveled, and we've seen on these last couple of possessions since it was an 8-point game as Ryan Feldberg now checks back in. Some one-and-done possessions and not a lot of scoring opportunities I think that either team would prefer, but still a lot of time left.
Hutcherson back in for Westminster, gives to Tyler James. That one unable to go. Zupko gets it to Tyler James. And that one to Anthony Ritter, rebounded by Zupko. Titans unable to get it, but they do get the foul.
And just in the nick of time, as that was 3 opportunities for Westminster after a lot of one-and-dones, now being able to try to capitalize at the free throw line.
Jake Scheit with the foul, his third of the game. Mentioned Josh Hutcherson, who's back in. Also Anthony Ritter with 4 fouls, as we mentioned earlier, back in. So Zupko can't get his first free throw to go. But over 7 minutes left in the second half. Anthony Ritter back in for Westminster. Zupko with 4 points, all 4 coming in the first half. And the second free throw goes in, so now up to 5. Now Waynesburg with possession. Ryan Feldberg in the corner. Back to Popek. Waynesburg has definitely slowed things down compared to at least early in the first half when it was more of a track meet earlier on. Feldberg down low, takes an arm, gets the foul.
And a good take by Feldberg. It's been left off the score sheet. Trying to change that now. Going through the paint, left side of the floor for the lefty.
So Ryan Feldberg at the line for Waynesburg, junior guard from Twinsburg, Ohio. Gets his first free throw to go as well. Now his first point in this one, as you could hear the Rudy dead quiet, basically.
We were on the same wavelength thinking that one. Complete silence in this whole entire gym.
Some noise this time as Feldberg gets the second one. And now 2 points and a perfect 2 for 2 for Ryan Feldberg. So Waynesburg up by 9, 52-43, 6:50 left in this second half. Westminster has definitely shown some fight in this second half. Both teams tied in scoring, 21 apiece.
The door's been cracked open, but Westminster has not been able to run through it, as Waynesburg has just been able to continue to answer any basket that Westminster has put down and has really still done a nice job, especially led by Knotts in the second half.
Waynesburg enjoying a lead, the student section enjoying some fun here at the break. Certainly getting into this one. We mentioned before, but this student section has been absolutely electric this season for the Jackets.
Yeah, and even now when the student section it's only halfway filled in that one section and filled a little bit on some of the other sides of the 3 sections of bleachers, but they are loud and very passionate and excited for their Yellow Jackets, and you know that energy, the team's really feeding into it as well, and I'm sure that's got to help for a little bit of the morale and the energy in this type of game against a team that's ahead of you in the standings.
Resume play. Westminster with possession. Reese Leone. Leone still with it, gives it to Anthony Ritter. And a collision down low. It's Hutcherson and Jansen Knotts. And a Westminster foul.
Good. Second on Hutcherson. Real foul trouble only being Anthony Ritter with 4 is being that second foul on Hutcherson is Westminster really has not committed that many.
Jansen Knotts. Quick shot off the rim. Westminster now back the other way. Anthony Ritter got that one.
We haven't seen his shooting ability that much due to the foul trouble with 4, but he's able to pull it and be able to connect.
Waynesburg with possession. Bryson Wilt gives it to Ryan Feldberg. Jansen Knotts with some space, made a move, but decides to give it to Feldberg. Feldberg still with it inside. That one no good, collected by Leone. And that one not able to go. Bryson Wilt fighting it off, gets the rebound. Under 5.5 left in this second half. Waynesburg only up by 6 after leading at halftime by 9. Feldberg a quick one, and that one's no good. And the Titans now a quick shot and gets it to go. Reese Leone. 12 points for Leone now. Back and forth action here lately. Waynesburg now up by 4. Westminster slowly crawling back into this game.
And this is what we were talking about. They're starting to find their way and really be able to hit some more shots that they'd rather take.
Jansen Knotts for 3. Shot clock was at 3 seconds. Had to force it. That one no good. So the Titans now with possession down low to Tyler James and back to Anthony Ritter. Around the world, but not good enough. Waynesburg the other way.
I think Knotts might have got a piece of it.
Matt Popek slowing things down. And all around for Waynesburg. Good ball movement now to Jake Scheidt. Down low to Knotts. Spin move. Single hand on the ball. Not able to go. Titans the other way. Hutcherson gives a shove to Jansen Knotts, now on the floor. And that's going to be a foul.
And how about Jansen Knotts taking the contact inside, not afraid to give up his body for that play, and ends up in a turnover for Westminster. And what's really going to be a costly play is Waynesburg's going to get another possession and could have had a chance for Hutcherson and a pretty good basket.
Hutcherson with the foul, he now has 3. And certainly with the game being this close, Jansen Knotts falling and definitely able to get the call for Waynesburg. That's a big call. Jake Scheidt with it to Kirkman, who's now back in the game for Waynesburg. Jansen Knotts to the basket, no good. Just over 3 minutes left in this second half. Waynesburg up by 4. Leone for the Titans, a quick 2. No good. Kirkman was on him.
I think they might be getting Kirkman for that foul, and if so, that is 5 fouls. And that will be the case.
And there it is for Kirkman, so he's put back in pretty much within a minute. Gets his 5th foul.
No one at the scorer's table yet to replace him. As Kirkman now walks off the floor, and looks like Ryan Felberg will be the one to come in for him.
So for Waynesburg, with still over 3 minutes left in the second half, that's a big loss to see Kirkman out in a close game, and could be even closer. Leon with the free throw. That one able to bounce in. A little luck on that one. 13 points now for him.
Otherwise known as a shooter's bounce.
And Leon with the second one goes in as well. So 14 for Leon. Waynesburg only up by 2. See Coach Fusina trying to keep the energy for Waynesburg, maybe some positivity, as it pretty much asks the question, how did we get here? Waynesburg up by 2 after being up by 9 at halftime.
Well, and I think Westminster is really, they've stuck to their game plan. They've stuck to what they've really looked like they've wanted to do really this entire second half. They haven't really gone away from trying to feed the likes of Leon and Clark, and we haven't seen Daniel Ritter have the type of game that he typically has for this Titans team, but they found other solid contributors and are giving them the ball whenever they have a good look at it, and just playing solid defensively is one of the big reasons, I think, why they're in the position that they are.
Westminster outscoring Waynesburg 28-21 in this second half. Now, of course, only down by 2. It was definitely a slow start offensively for Westminster in the first half. No double-digit scoring, but now there is 2 for the Titans. Andrew Clark with 11, and now Reese Leon with 14 after making 2 free throws to put us here at the 52-50 score.
This is a big possession, though, for Waynesburg to try to come back out and answer this.
Bryson Wilt inbounds it to Ryan Felberg. And the Jackets with possession, 3 minutes left in the second half. Matt Popek to Jake Scheit, fakes the shot, gets some space, gives it to Felberg, back to Scheit. Still on the right side to Bryson Wilt. Felberg now. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Felberg down low.
I think they're going to get a foul on Reese Leon. It is, so that'll send Felberg to the free throw line where he has his points so far.
2 for 2 for Felberg last time he was up. Felberg shooting 71% coming into tonight's game. And Felberg unable to get that one. Also, the fouls definitely closer now. Westminster with 8, Waynesburg with 9. Felberg with the second one. That one can't go.
Yeah, not able to make it a 2-possession game either. If he would have made both.
Westminster with possession. And the next points being huge as a big 3 from Anthony Ritter. And now Westminster with the lead for the first time in this game with about 2:21 when he scored that. Waynesburg leading the whole game. Now down by 1 with possession though. Bryson Wilt down low. Back to Scheit now for 3 to answer it. That one off the iron, no good. So all of a sudden, Westminster up by 1, under 2 minutes left, and possession. And Clark for 3, that one no good.
Going to be big time for Waynesburg to be able to try to close this one out, and especially after the last couple games against very talented teams, get some of their confidence back, really.
Jake Scheit with the top of the arc to Bryson Wilt. Underneath for the layup, and he gets it. Bryson Wilt now with 9. Waynesburg up by 1, 1:18 left in the second half as play is stopped for a timeout.
Good play by Wilt. Needed a soft touch on that one, right at the left side block to be able to score, and was in an awkward position to try to put that one in the hoop, but was able to do so, and now a timeout.
Timeout taken by Westminster. Big story for the Jackets late in this one. Najon Kirkman is out. He fouled out. Just 4 points as well for Kirkman tonight.
We're in for another fantastic finish, just like the first game here on the side of the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse. Buzzer beater winner for Westminster in that one, and now in a 1-point game and 1:20 left, we could be in for some more just drama in this game, and we've seen it so far here today.
Yeah, the Westminster women's team able to steal one out from under Waynesburg, and well, Westminster, I would say in this one gave Waynesburg a scare, finally taking the lead with about 2 minutes left in this one. Waynesburg up by 1 now, but anything can happen here, as we've seen now Westminster outscore Waynesburg 31-23 in this second half.
Part of that is also Matt Popek, only 2 points, both at the free throw line.
So the Titans with possession. It's Leone to Anthony Ritter. The 3 ball no good, but it is collected by Hutcherson. Leone now with possession. He'll keep it.
Jansen Knotts hits the floor.
Daniel Ritter trying to score, but the foul is instead called. This one going on Bryson Wilt for Waynesburg, his second.
Also the 10th team foul on Waynesburg as well. Double bonus the rest of the way.
So now Daniel Ritter, who only was 6 points up to this point, but now at the line. And he's able to get the first one in the basket, tying up the game 54-54 with 54 seconds. Daniel Ritter now, the next one, gets that to go. 8 points now for Ritter, and it's a 1-point lead for Westminster. Feldberg with possession to Bryson Wilt left side. Jake Scheidt. Bryson Wilt with some space for 3. That one well offline. And collected by Westminster.
Still about 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock.
And now a timeout called by Westminster. 29.2 seconds left here in the second half. Westminster leading Waynesburg 55-54.
Wonder how the Yellow Jackets are going to play this one. Still have time to just let the shot clock go all the way down and be able to play for a possession on the other end. Still with a chance with some time, so would imagine they're not going to foul with the double bonus here, but we'll have to see the strategy of what head coach Tim Fusino wants to do in a 1-point game, and of course try to get a steal off the inbounds first.
Something you mentioned earlier, Austin, Matt Popek with only 2 points in this second half, both of them free throws. It's been the Jansen Knotts show really all game because he leads the Jackets in scoring, but really in the second half he's really stepped up. 8 in the first half, 9 here in the second half. And Waynesburg with 2 points in just about the last 6 minutes. Of course, mentioned earlier as well, Najon Kirkman on the bench while his team trails by 1 to Westminster, 29 seconds left.
We're going to get a foul on Feldberg as he was guarding Leone. Leone was trying to get free to receive the ball off the inbound.
So 3 fouls now for Feldberg. Certainly not a good situation now for Waynesburg, sending Leone to the free throw line. He leads Westminster in scoring tonight with 14 points. And that one's no good. Allowed student section. They're happy. It's also good news for Waynesburg. Can only be a 2-point game now if he does make this one. And that one will not go. So it's still 1-point game. 25 seconds left.
Waynesburg has timeouts left as well.
Matt Popek for 3. That one off the rim, and now a quick foul. Felberg in there along with Jensen Knotts on Daniel Ritter.
It was a decent look for Popek in the deep right corner. He's able to make those. We've seen him make them a lot, but...
And the foul did end up going to Jensen Knotts, so he now has 4 as well. Waynesburg with the timeout. Thinking things over. Daniel Ritter at the free throw line. He has 8 points tonight. Of course, hoping to score from the charity stripe. The Titans leading the Jackets 55-54, 13.8 seconds left in this second half. Waynesburg led the whole game until around 2 minutes left. Westminster then took the lead. Waynesburg able to answer back, but then Westminster getting the lead again, and now, just as mentioned before, it's been about 6 minutes, and Waynesburg's had only 2 points scored.
What a fun game. Very, very entertaining, back and forth action. Waynesburg looked to be in control at halftime and for some parts of that second half, and then Westminster just started to exert their will, and now it's just who can make a shot in these final minutes. Can Westminster finish it off with free throws? And if there is 2 free throws made, Waynesburg's still going to have a chance to tie it.
So Westminster up by 1, pending the free throw attempts from Daniel Ritter. Senior guard for the Titans. Leads the team in scoring, averages over 17 a game. And the first free throw will go in. So Westminster now up by 2, 9 points for Daniel Ritter. And Ritter's next attempt goes in as well. So double digits for him, and it's now still a one-shot game, but it's going to take a 3 for Waynesburg to tie. 9 seconds left and counting down. Jensen Knotts with possession. 5. 3 seconds now. And the last effort shot, no good from Bryson Wilt. Westminster comes back and ends up taking it. Waynesburg leading the whole game until around 2 minutes left. Westminster able to squeak this one out. The women's game highly dramatic. Able to steal it from Waynesburg, and now Waynesburg for the men's team ends up falling to Westminster.
Both teams for Westminster tonight just better at closing out the game in the last few minutes than the Yellow Jackets were, and that's full proof in this game here tonight as Westminster just found their way in those last couple of minutes to just put their on the gas pedal, be able to hit it the rest of the way and result in this loss for Waynesburg.
A wild one here tonight to wrap things up for a long day at the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse. Waynesburg men's basketball led Westminster 31-22 at halftime, but then ends up falling to the Titans, 57-54 here to wrap things up. For our director tonight, Jeremiah Miller, producer Micah Leith, for my partner tonight, Austin Bechtold, and for myself, Jared Weicker, we thank you for tuning in tonight. Westminster takes it over Waynesburg, 57-54.
This has been a presentation of the Waynesburg University Sports Network.